Welcome back, you guys, to another installment of the Brother Peel podcast. I'm one of your hosts, O'Shea Duke Jackson, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is swirlers versus interracial dating black men. And so this is a very specific show because we want to talk about the inner workings of what we consider to be what is the swirl community. And there are several factions of black men on YouTube who interracially date. One is Save Yourself Black Men, also called SYBSM. So we want to kind of get into the inner workings of both talking points, and I hope to be as accurate as possible. And it's good because we have our man Steve the Dean Williams. What's up, Steve?
Shit, what's up, fam? What's up, chat room? What's up? What's up?
All right. And Steve just recently signed up on Patreon as a creator, and I just went and signed up for his Patreon, supporting him. And I hope you brothers will do the same. He's a really good Patreon, very organized. And so we need to support our content creators like Steve the Dean because he has great stuff, great help, great material, great products. Steve, let these people know where they can find you at, where they can get your products and services at.
Hey, guys, y'all can go to themanmindset.com. My Patreon is The Man Mindset. And again, I want to say thank you. And good news is that the board, hey, we got the boards up, guys. Y'all can call in.
Okay. So we have a phone number that we're going to let you guys call in tonight. I believe Kevin, I talked to him. He might be on. I sent the link also to Angry Man if he wants to join in also. But Steve, let's kind of get into the inner workings of what is known as a swirler. So there is a prominent YouTuber on here named Crystalline Karasin. She owns a website called Beyond Black White or Beyond Black White. She is notable for trying to get black women to consider dating other men outside of black men. Now she says that she's not against black women dating black men, but she believes that due to certain situations in the black community, that black women would find it in their best interest to date outside of the race. Now, Crystalline Karasin's background story, personally, she had a baby by a black man, and that particular relationship didn't work out. And then now she's married to, I believe, a white man and has 3 kids by that white man. And the message that she's preaching, has something called swirling all over the world. She's went to Canada, interviewing couples who are swirling, and her target audience is pretty much in a nutshell black women. Let's get with non-black men, specifically white men. Now, on the other hand, we have brothers like yourself who you've been married twice, as you said on the show, both to non-black women. Let me ask you this. Let's talk about why you date or don't date black women. I know you've talked about it many times, but let's kind of get that under control.
Well, it's not I won't say I wouldn't date, but well, what I would say is non-black American women, more or less. But I'll date a woman that's mixed with black as well. So I'm not, but no, I'm a little bit from Mars, a little bit, because I'm not about the skin color as much as most people are. I'm more about the treatment and the submission and the serving and the knowing where her place is without the attitude and all the other shit. So I'm just on some other shit.
Okay, so one of the reasons why you feel personally that you don't want to date a black woman is not that you don't like what they look like or something. It's more or less how you have been treated in the past.
Yes,
and you would rather have an easier relationship, less drama.
Well, it's not easy though. I mean, it's not. I mean, you're saying easier. No, it's just I as a man and a king, you know how I am.
Okay.
I demand respect And that is something that I won't say all, but the majority of black women don't give men. They feel like they can run their fucking mouth and treat individuals bad, throw shit at them, talk bad about them, cuss them out, raise their voice. I just don't have time for that bullshit because I know my value and my worth, and I'm not going to put up with, even though I can handle, but I choose not to put up with, man.
Okay. So, kind of in your experience with the non-black women that you have dated, in comparisons to what you see available for black women as far as dating, what have you really noticed that is really a lot? What's more different to you at the end of the day? What's one thing that's different between dating non-black women and black women that you've noticed?
Really just a sense of just fun and excitement and no drama, not even stressful, just really someone that's really into you for you, just someone that loves to peel back the layers and get to know you better, someone that just knows their place at the table, so to speak. Where it's not about arguing or fighting. It's not about bickering. It's just about spending time with, basically. So, and that's not to say that it's not like that with some black women, because I know some of my boys who are, see, the thing is, some of my boys who run their ship like men don't have to deal with that. Like one of my best friends, his woman, he comes home, he'll get a head massage, a facial, and a back rub every day, and a foot massage from his black woman. So, but I think she's from another country, so I think that might be some of the things as well. So,
okay. So what we're saying is that a lot of times what we're dealing with is that black men are getting exceptional treatment from black women or non-black women. They're typically not black American women. Is that right?
Yeah, but and again, with that being said, there are some black women in the United States that will submit, but because of this Beyonce, I don't need a man, independence, waiting to exhale type mindset that has been indoctrinated into a lot of women, you're rarely going to get that because they feel that their attitude or their sense of independence makes them strong, and you should accept all that baggage that comes along with it, that bullshit.
Okay. So then here's what I want to talk about now then, on this particular situation, because now what we have is black women saying something very similar, if not worse, about black men. And what black women are saying is that black men, they're not good men to be around. They are lazy. They are stupid. They cannot they're not really providers. They want to just fuck you and they're gonna leave you. They're gonna leave you with all these nappy headed kids. And black men, they just want to do 50-50. They don't want to actually provide for their women. So at black women, we are wasting our time. And I can say that Kristen Carrington has said this in a nice way, but with some of the people that I've seen, like Brooklyn Brew, they've said it more in even the worst word that I'm saying. In any words, if you have a black child, black male son, you might as well abort him. You need to get the fuck away from these black men. These black men are corrupt. Right. These black men are they ain't shit. Right. If you can get a white man is going to be more caring to you. He's going to take care of you. He's going to do a lot better for you. So black women as a whole, you need to start seeking out the companionship of white men. White men have communities. They have homes. They have jobs as a collective. If you're going to be with somebody and you want to get taken care of, you don't want to be with the losing team. Get a white man. So how do you feel when you hear a black woman they have these particular talking points, what do you feel?
Well, the first thing is, if that is true, don't forget. I mean, you talk all that shit, but yet you got your face in a pillow, your ass in the air, and you still fuck these ain't shit motherfuckers you talk about. That's number one. But number two, I will half agree with what she's saying, because she is a part of the creation of why half, I would say a little more than half of these black men are that way, because most of them have been raised by women. And because most of them have been raised by women, they don't have a strong sense of self. They don't have a strong sense of what it means to be a man and live by your own terms and things like that. So in a sense, I agree with her half-heartedly because of the single mom situation that's happened to a lot of black men. But on the other hand, there are great black men out there. There are smart, educated, well-mannered black men out there who don't sag their pants. They have a solid 9-to-5 job. They go to work. They don't cause any trouble. They're in college. They're doing something with their lives. But unfortunately, those are the ones that most black women don't want, because they're not rough, or they don't have an edge to them. They're too nerdy or too geeky or too smart. And, so you got a little bit of both, O'Shea. It's kind of going in two different ways. You got, on one hand, she's right. You got a lot of weak ass black men who don't know how to be black men on one end. But on the other end, you got a lot of well-educated, smart black men who are looking for a black woman who wants to start a family, who's, has an education, a job, and all other stuff, O'Shea. But these guys are not wanted by black women because they don't have that edge to them like the Pookies and the Ray Ray do. Excuse me.
Okay, good point. I want to, before we get to Kevin, I want to just make this particular point, and we'll get to Kevin here. What I've also noticed is, at least, and we're talking about Steve here. Steve is, off the record and on the record. You've heard it on the Steve, will prefer not to date black women, like he said, if they're half, right, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say that shit.
He's not ashamed to say that. But one thing I will give credit to Steve is that he will also admit that, if you're having problems with bad black women, it's not necessarily you. It's not necessarily them. It's you, because he will at least admit that, hey, there are good black women out there. You're just not in the right positions to reach those particular women. It's something wrong with you, something wrong with your crowd and the people that you attract to yourself. Steve will tell you that.
Yes.
What you will not hear is, you never hear a swirler say, for the most part, even though there are a lot of bad black men out there, there are those black men who are good. And those black women who have difficulty, who are meeting black men who ain't shit. One of the reasons why you may not be meeting the right type of man is because you ain't shit. See, this is kind of one of the disingenuous points that this swirling sisterhood, if you will, always talks to. They talk to this particular vernacular or talking point. You black men are not really productive. Your black men are not really doing this or doing that. And if they have issues, it's always about, the black man isn't doing this. But it's never about you make bad choices or you make, and that's kind of the point where I think where people like Steve, who dates interracially, and like a swirler, the swirler is completely disingenuous. Steve will at least put accountability on brothers to a certain degree. Let me go to Kevin real quick. Kevin, what's up, man? Is Kevin there?
What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, Kevin? Welcome to the show. I know that you were on the way there, and glad you can join. Now, I know that you're kind of new to this swirling thing where you have a group of black women who date nothing but white men or non-black men. And yes, we'll be taking calls, Donnell. But what do you think when you hear, these women talking about black men in such a way that, black men are not worth being dated? black men can't provide, they can't do these things, and yet they take no accountability for their own failures in their relationships.
Well, welcome panel. What's going on in chat room? This ain't new. It's just called swirling. But this is what I think when I hear it. I say, fuck you, bye. Honestly, because yes, there are problems inside of any culture. And we have structural problems inside the black community. Like you said, black men at least will take accountability for our part in it. In our conversation earlier today, I said something about being a product of a single parent household and how I had to change myself. You never hear women as a group take accountability for anything. That's not new to swirling. That's just women's gender preference. They won't take accountability or responsibility. So when you hear a black woman saying, a white man ain't gonna do this, a white man ain't gonna do, a black man's not gonna do this, he's not gonna do that, and run down all the stats, I'm like, great. But here's something they also ain't gonna take: your black ass. Because if they can pick better or get better, they don't want your jigaboo ass. They really don't. They will. They will get
Say it again.
If they can get better, they don't want your jigaboo ass. They will take the 92 octane or the select ones, the ones that are high, and they can pass the country club test. I got news for you, Bonquisha. That ain't your ass.
Oh my God, that's a great point. We got to talk about that because a lot of black women think that, that white men, and that's how I prefer. That's how I think about white people in general. I feel that if white women really could deal with the best quality of white men, they would. I know there's going to be some debate about that, but I necessarily feel that white women primarily date black men out of necessity for the most part, not out of choice, really, because if they could get a white man that they wanted, they would, and because they can't, that's why many of them date black men. That's what I really feel for the most part, not all, but I really believe that. And we can have that debate also about that tonight. But let's do this. Steve has already set up the call-in board. That's call in 515-605-9373. Press 1. You guys want to talk. 515-605-9373. And this is what I want to say. Typically, when I see a black woman with a white man, the white man is not necessarily anything to run home about. And I can say, probably would say the same thing with black men who date white women. Typically, those white women are nothing to run home about that I see. When I see a black woman with a white man, that guy is just plain. In fact, if you are a white dude and you're playing, you have a better chance of getting a good-looking black woman than you have a black man getting a good-looking black woman. I noticed that because you see a lot of plain-looking white dudes with some fine-ass black women. I see it all the time. So let me get to Steve real quick. And Steve, do we have any callers right now?
Yeah, we have one. We got a area code 602 on right now.
Okay, let's bring the 602 caller on right now.
All right, 602. What's your question?
Hey, actually, I just called in. I was looking for a blog talk. I didn't get a chance to catch the show. I literally just dialed the number. So, I will have some questions, but I will have to listen in more so I can get topics and things.
All right, well, press 1 when you're ready to talk, sir. We'll put you back in. All right, anyway, O'Shea, what were you saying? What were you saying, man?
Steve, do you think that necessarily that white women who date black men or vice versa? Because this is my impression. White women who date black men, or let's just say black women who date white men, for example, that white man, I feel, couldn't get the white woman that he wanted.
Well,
that's what I think. Okay. Is that true?
Well, no, this is where I disagree. Because see, what you have to understand is it's not a white or black thing when it comes to this. It's a shortage of men. It's a shortage of alpha males. And white women love dominant type men. Just like most other, all women are more attracted to the alpha male, the dominant one, the one that stands alone, but they're rare and far and few between. So, I always talk about the guys have to scrape the barrel, the bottom of the barrel and things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, these white guys, they, for some reason, they are more intimidated by what I call stronger white women, meaning or not, but they get turned on this sometimes as a fantasy to be with a black woman. Sometimes they have that type of thing. It's a whole bunch of different avenues when it comes to this, O'Shea. It's just not that black and white, because again, it comes down to we men are dying now. We have more asexual guys out there who don't want to even date women now. The sex is declining now because of the quote unquote, the guys that want to go their own way. Mm-hmm. You got the asexual males, you got the geeks. You got all these things. So it's like demand is a high demand for alpha males. But as far as black women dating white guys, again, when that lady, whatever that chick's name is, I don't even say her name, whatever her name is, they have a choice. They can deal with the Tyrones of the world who are just going to impregnate them with babies, and that's it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Or they have the choice of the black guy who doesn't have the edge. So if they don't want to choose that, they rather find someone that they can control. Now, don't get me wrong. They can the guys with the edge, they control them. They can control the Pookies and the Ray Rays. So they can control the softer males, the beta males, and the white guys easier than they could do the Pookies and the Ray Rays. They ain't gonna take their bullshit. So it's kind of so many things, man. But I guess 602 has something to say now, man. You want to bring
602 on, and if you guys want to call in, I know my man said he was calling in from London. JJ Rearwood, if you want to call in, he was a good caller. 515-605-9373.
All right, 602, you're on. What's your question? What's your comment? You gotta make it fast though. Don't draw it out.
What's up, everybody? One last say to call out of Phoenix. I noticed that he just said that that black females, he's talking about the Ray Rays and Pookies and when that they can control. I think when it comes to those situations, like black females, like where we gotta actually give them some kind of credit, even though it's even kind of like undeceiving, is the fact that they control these Ray Rays and Pookies with economics. Like they know these dudes like that they don't have the economic position to even be able to go off and do anything. So these dudes are going to be dependent on these women to live with them, so they control them in either way. I think it's based on what the females want. Now, as far as white females, like with what they're doing now and how they're basically cherry picking whatever type of men they want based on their promotion and all that other stuff. I mean, that can be argued, but then again, white men are not going to stand up for white women acting like that, so they can cherry pick the black females based on their economic position. So there's a whole bunch of different avenues, but that's all I got to say for now.
Okay, well,
you made some great points.
Okay, and thank you, 602, and we got another call in the queue. We'll bring you in 1 second, but O'Shea, well, what's your take on that?
Well, I mean, I definitely agree, and I'm gonna get Kevin's point of view on this too. I agree because black. I saw this in Uganda. Let me just let me get my long-winded on, because Steve he don't like me to be too long-winded. Hey nigga, you didn't have radio etiquette, nigga. All right, but listen, Steve.
You gotta have radio etiquette.
Listen, Steve. When I was in Uganda, I had a great time. I always reference this talking point. Uganda is one of the poorest countries in the world. And those of you who have been to, Eastern Africa, you've seen this for yourself. It's a very poor place. If you are a man who has some means and you like young, hot black chicks, and if you're an Asian guy and you're a white guy and you have the euro backing you, you have the US dollar backing you, or the British pound backing you, you want to get some hot chicks who big round double booties and young tight bodies. I was kind of like watching a movie, man. You go to a place like the Dominican Republic, to Uganda, and basically you're going to and you're already white. So not only do you have more money, they worship you because you're already white and you have money. And it makes it easier. You see guys 60 years old with beautiful model looking type bodies, and that happens. And the same thing that you will see with black women who have money. They'll be fucking muscle bound Pookie and Ray Ray type niggas You know, they be in their 40s, 45s. They be sugar mamas. You know, and they just want from those guys some dick and that attention. And in both groups of people, they use their economic position to dictate how the people are going to act in those relationships, and that's what you see in the black community. You know, pretty much as far as the swirling things, a lot of white men understand. If you think about it, man, a lot of white guys know that black women are easy lay when it comes to them. You know, white men have it a lot easier with black women than like me and Steve or Kevin. For example, if I want to get a black woman, even in Africa, although I would assume it's more easier, we got to come with something. You know, we can't just be, okay, we're black. You know, that might work with some white women, but a black woman is going to look at you from your clothes, is going to look at you from what kind of car you drive. Black woman is checking everything you got out. A white man doesn't have to have the nicest car. He doesn't have to have he's judged on a whole different parameter. Black men, you have to be fresh. You got to have a fresh haircut. You got to have this. But a white dude, he doesn't have to have the same thing. So black women, whether they know it or not, they judge different races of men differently off different things. If I'm going to deal with a black man, it has to be this. But if I deal with a white man, he can have this. So that's kind of different talking points that I kind of see. And yeah, I've seen that. Let me get Kevin's take on it. And then Kevin,
we got two calls.
What the caller said, or
yeah, we got two calls.
You want to go to the caller or me?
No, you go to you, Kevin.
So basically, women and power. Women crave power for men, and women want ultimate power. Money is power. So it's not unthoughtful. It's not unthought of that women are going to gravitate towards the men that they see that are more powerful than them, white men, because of the dollar and their socioeconomic status. And they're going to treat men with less money than them less powerfully. So yeah, this has always been there. That's why you saw the Diane Carrolls of the world, beautiful black woman with an average looking white guy. If a black man wants a 92 octane woman, you got to have at least what she has, because women are hypergamous. Black women are just hypergamous and masculine.
Hypergamous and masculine. Ouch.
Yeah.
It's the truth to it. Let's do this. Let me shout out super chats real quick, Steve, and then we'll get to the callers. First of all, I want to thank all of you. You niggas haven't liked the video yet. You Negroes like the video. We've already told you about this. You motherfucking niggas gotta like these videos before Steve cuts your ass out. I'm trying to be nice. So you have to like videos over in this channel. I demand that you do. Okay. If you don't do shit else, like fucking videos. Okay. So let's go ahead and like the video if you're in the chat. All right. And let me shout out to those people who have been super chatting. And the Grinch, I'm calling it embrace yourself. Thank you, Al Cheddar. It's getting ready to be grandma's fried chicken, good like a motherfucker. You know it. We're gonna be on for a minute. Other brothers, if you have not super chatted on this particular stream, I know a lot of you did on my last stream, but if you're not, you're new to this channel. Woman of the past, thank you, $5 super chat. Keep this kind of channel going. We're improving the show. We're gonna be running OBS pretty soon because Steve been getting on me. So keep supporting the show. Thank you, Woman of the Past, for the $5 super chat. Keep supporting, keep super chatting, because like I said, we're working on another free ebook for you guys, and we take this money to do these type of things for the brothers. All right, so Steve, let's bring the caller on.
All right, we got three callers now. We got 678, we got a non-available, and a 317. So let me bring in 678. 678, what's your question for Jay?
Yo, what's happening? It's the Grinch guy.
What up, the Grinch guy?
You hear me? What's happening? Hey, man, let me just say this, man. I've been all over the world, man. I've been Thailand, China, Dubai, I've been everywhere. Ain't no woman so realistic. That's like, you ain't, like you said, if you ain't fresh, if you ain't got your shit together, then they're not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless they ain't got no choice, you know, and they just bust down. You heard me?
Yeah, I hear you. God damn. Kiki, yeah, I hear you, fam. It's like you got a lot of wind in you, but I think what you said was if
yeah, we heard you. Was that your comment? You have no that was a comment, sir?
Yeah,
let him talk a little bit more, Steve. He's cool. He done it.
Man, they ain't about shit, man. They want you for what's in your pockets, man. You deal with somebody else, they'll value your character.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the hit, brother. All right, we'll put you back in the queue. We got 2 more people after that. O'Shea, if you wanted to make a comment on that.
No, he's absolutely right. Let me do this real quick, man. My big bro, man, at tomorrow, man. $100 super chat. Let me stop the show real quick. Yeah, Steve ain't playing tonight, man. Steve is kicking niggas out. I just want to say, man, this brother, man, at tomorrow, not only does he support me, he supports Jab Angry Man. This brother, he ain't gonna mind me saying it because he's a brother with a lot of money, man. He told me, hey, man, if you get a certain amount of email subscribers, shout out to ABL. ABL, if you want to get on, you can. I will give you $1,000. That man ain't asked me for nothing, man. That's the man of tomorrow. And the brother is always helping other black men all the time. He's been on here. He has a trucking business. And this brother is, you know, big money type dude, man. He's just humble. He's always trying to help a nigga out. And man, when you asked me what other black YouTubers, Patreons could I support, and that was like 2 weeks ago. And so if you want to, so yeah, and that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. So shout out to Man Tomorrow for the $100 super chat, man. He's my Patreon. Definitely we'll get him over to Steve the Dean and Kevin Samuel's channel to subscribe to, so he can start watching. He watches everybody over here, man. So thank you so much, Man Tomorrow, for the $100 super chat. And then Priest the Ambassador, salute, $5. I thank you guys. Listen, keep the money coming in. We're gonna give back. We're gonna come up with a free ebook, even though Steve gonna beat my ass for that. Let's go back to Steve and the next caller.
All right, last caller, anonymous. What's your question for O'Shea?
Swirling is a way to be politically correct about being a prostitute, and the reason why there's a gender war is because they want to be accepted. They want you to love them and play that sister brother stuff with them while they're whores. And the only way I have a relationship with a black woman besides letting her blow my dick would be if it was a polygamous type situation where we had to build a community, and they would mean a whole bunch of 17-year-olds lined up ready to roll. Otherwise, there's no need for a black woman.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, here's my question. Why do you feel that way?
Yeah, that's a lot. I've
seen them in action. I grew up with the brother sister stuff and being proud and wanting to go to a HBCU and all that, and then to find out that they're a bunch of whores when you get there. It's not because I can't get them, because I could go to the store and get one, but it's how they are. Being married to one is stupid because you're gonna have a girl that let everybody screw her, the Maytag repairman.
But that's not true. Well,
the electric
yeah. Come on,
that's not okay. Again, I'm not here to defend black women or women, but you sound like you're judging it off of other experiences. I'm asking you, what kind of experience have you had with a black woman?
I take pictures of them all the time for
taking
natural.
Okay, so taking pictures. And I know what experience. I mean, as in you fucking having her suck your dick experience, not you taking photos. What experiences have you had with black women to say that they are whores? Because if they're whores, that means you should be fucking a lot of them. Am I correct?
Right.
Yeah, and I do. What I was getting ready to tell you was I work on a campaign doing promotion, and everyone that I'm supposed to be doing business with and taking pictures of and setting up for model kits, I get proposition or either felt on, or when I get ready to help them with their outfits, they give it up and stuff. One was a FedEx corporate lady that looks like she's supposed to get married in a couple of weeks. She blows me. It's like, if this is what we have to look forward to, why get married?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you for calling in.
Here's what I
mean,
hold on.
Kevin,
have the women come at you.
Yeah. Here's what I've heard.
Okay.
A lot of talking points, but when asked for specifics, his argument fell apart like the typical black woman. You got talking points, but no specifics. So while we're not here to defend black women, if you just want to call in talking shit about getting your dick sucked and filibuster, save the 25 cents and just watch the show. Because everyone can sit back and say, all these women are hoes. I just went and picked up a pizza and fucked the pizza girl. She's white. Is all white women whores because of that? Or did she just want to get fucked by a black man? I don't know, but I did it. And I can't go out and say that every white woman's a whore. No, that white woman was a whore.
Yeah. How can you? How again? I'm not trying to protect her or defend black women, but your stance. You better hang up, bitch. Your stance was a fucking cake ass stance, and that's what's wrong with you, bitch ass motherfuckers. You can tell. You can, Kevin. You can tell, and O'Shea, I'm sure you can. As soon as he started talking, there was no bass in his voice. He was stuttering. You know what it is? He ain't fucking no black women. He ain't talking to no women at all. He's the same motherfucker that women have used and tossed aside like yesterday's trash. He's bitter and he's mad and he's angry. So he wants to come on here. You can see how broken he was. And black women are whores. What kind of bitch ass man is going to complain about a woman fucking him or touching him or doing? That's how you know he's full of shit. Because Kevin, if it was me and a black woman was doing that to me, I would be like, Kevin, man, I got some of that motherfucking ass. That motherfucking pussy was great, O'Shea. You know, we would talk about it and uplift the situation. This motherfucker has a problem with black women trying to give him some ass. He ain't fucking. So I would have to defend black women on that, man. You can't come on this motherfucker sounding like you drink buttermilk and you holding on to mommy's purse and shit, talking bad about black women and shit.
Well, the more I'm starting to see these brother pill podcasts and stuff formulate, I'm starting to see the differences between female and men. Honestly, you put black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or other, there's a problem and shortage of men.
Yes,
and
yes.
That's it. He doesn't even, I mean, no one is here to defend black female fuckery. But come on, man.
That's an example. That's the example. Yeah. I'm sorry, O'Shea, real quick. I know you run it. I'm just saying that's a prime example of somebody who can't even get any pussy. So he wants to go on here and call all black women whores, and he ain't even fucking. How can you sit there and call them all whores and stuff? Every black woman a whore, and you should be fucking right now. He shouldn't even call into the show. He should be fucking somebody right now, as whorish as black women are. That's not the case. He is just a bitter individual that I bet you he's a Met Towel or something. He's trying to go his own way because you can hear in the way they talk. They want to. Listen, it's about behaviors, not whorish behaviors, because all women have whore in them. So that goes off the board. It's just that he can't get a black woman, so he rather get on. See, that's the kind of motherfuckers I don't like, O'Shea. The kind of motherfuckers that come on here and dog black women out when they ain't even fucking any black women. He has no type of story or no type of background to even talk about black women because he ain't fucking any black women. Because they don't want to fuck with him because he sound like a fuck boy. I'm sorry, O'Shea.
And see, here's the thing. Let's stop the show real quick. You will never hear a swirler if they had a show where somebody called in, died. What up, Kevin? Somebody called in shitting on black men. Swirlers would have never did what Steve and Kevin just did. They would never have checked them.
Nope.
Would have never done that. Do you see how transparent black men really are? You know, we call, and Steve is not a protector of black women at all. Trust me. you damn sure know I ain't, and Kevin ain't. But we will call it for what it is. You know, we'll call it for what it is, and you won't never see, black women do what Steve just did. And Steve is married to a white woman. Steve is saying that's the difference. That's the honor. Stop the show. That is what Steve and Kevin did, and I just kind of sat back and listened because I ain't had to check it myself. That's honor. You see, that's morals. That's something that Swirlers do not have. Is what you just seen these two brothers just exhibit morality. Let somebody call in talking shit about black men. They will. You right, girl. That show is true. Now, 1 second before we go to Steve, let him weigh in. Is there any more callers in there? Steve?
No, we don't have any calls, and anyone wants to call in 515-605-9373. Press 1 if you want to get in.
515-605-9373. Now, that's what we need you to do. 169 people watching. Shout out to LAR movement. And we'll let some call. I'll bring him on in a minute, but we'll let some callers come in.
We got one. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, so what you do, let's get the likes up on the video, okay? 170 people watching right now. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I appreciate those people who are donating. If you are new to this channel and you have an Android phone and you want to support the Brother PL podcast and the NegroManosphere.com movement and what we're doing, working with other brothers, two of these guys I'm on the show with right now, I am their Patreon. I support them financially, okay? And so we like to keep the money in-house, keep supporting the show. The money spreads within this whole Black YouTube community. We help each other out. So, we this show is for you, Black men. We're not asking any other race of men to support Black male media. We're looking for your Black ass to do it. So this is the reason why, if you're a Black man and you have not supported the show financially, just hit the dollar sign. We can improve this and make it better. As you see, Steve is working hard, letting people call in. This is a show specifically for you, for your needs. So if you are new and you have not donated, if you feel what we're doing, hit the super chat button, help us grow, and we can help do more things. Now, one last thing. If you have not received the ebook, How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours, drop your email. I will send you the free ebook to let you know what kind of things we do with the money that we receive. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to the caller, Steve, and bring them on.
All right, we got two callers, 410, then we bring in 423. 410, what's your question for O'Shea or comment?
I just want to piggyback off Steve the Ding to certify what he said, that I learned that you got to go into different circles, because I live in Baltimore and I was getting into that kind of bitter state, like, damn, the chicks around here act real funny. But when I started going way out into the counties and going in different circles out of my comfort zone, there's a lot of Black women that do not act the same like they act in the hood. Mm-hmm. And they will treat you good. They into different stuff, and it's just like that. I think some of these dudes stay in their comfort zone. They don't like going out because they're scared to go from the hood, but they complain about the same women in the hood. So, and I've been in the military all over, so I know when you get out of that circle, you can get with any type of woman you want. It's just all about getting out there and stop staying in the same circle, because there's bad women everywhere. It's not just Black women, it's everywhere. But until you get out and see, you're going to be, beating your dick forever. Worried about the same women in your hood until you get out there. So, yeah, I 100% agree with Steve said about that.
All right, cool. Thank you, caller. I'm going to give you a damn.
Damn.
O'Shea. And one of the people in chat room said, why y'all calling the brother out like that? Y'all need to help him. Men don't coddle men. We did help him. We did help him. Number two, what the brother just said about getting out of your comfort zone. Look, the kind of dude I am not a street dude or whatever. So I may not be as readily accessible or relatable to a lot of Black women. I can't put my shit off on them. I got to figure out how to talk. Just like you got to get out of your neighborhood, you got to learn how to be around folks. We're trying to blanket all these people for our own fuck ups and issues. And that's one thing, men, we got to have enough of that. Got to look in the mirror and start calling ourselves on our shit. Therefore, and then when you want to call somebody on their shit, you stand on the firm ground.
Oh, the lines are blowing up. But I just want to say real quick, Kevin, we y'all don't understand, and this is the problem with men. We are helping them. That's why O'Shea is here. That's why Kevin is here. That's why I'm here. We are talking to them like they should have been talked to when they were a little fucking 8-year-old snot-nosed kid, fucking falling off their bike and getting Neosporin, a hug and a fucking cookie from mom, instead of getting punched in their fucking chest and tell them to dust their bitch ass off, get back on that fucking bike and ride that shit. That's what we're giving them. Sorry, O'Shea. We got 3 callers, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go to, I think 423 would be T-Pain. So let's bring her on.
Okay.
To the show, and I'll shout out the super chat people. I see Dr. Deacon Donnell doing this. I want to make sure I respect him. So go ahead and bring the people on, and we will.
Okay. We have 423, then 630, then 407. 423, you're on with O'Shea.
Hey, it's T-Pain. I usually go by Tanae, but T-Pain is fine with me and whatnot. How's everybody doing?
What up, T-Pain?
Hey,
What's going on?
Hey. Hey, well, first off, I wanted to say, O'Shea, thank you for bringing everybody together for this call. I mean, I appreciate what you do. I read your ebook, and I mean, it's fantastic, well designed, very, very good stuff there. So, I'm very proud of what it is you do and what it is you're doing here on the, in the manosphere and whatnot. So yeah, I know you asked me to call in, and so I just was like, I'll go ahead and bite the bullet and do it. So I mean, I don't know if you want to pick my brain or anything about what I think about the subject. I mean, you feel free to fire away.
Yeah, how do you feel about this whole swirler thing? Black women who date specifically white men and their reasons for it.
Well, you were breaking up a little bit. Well, it sounded like you were a little further away, but you're pretty much just asking like, how do I feel about the whole swirling thing, and are you talking about like white women with black men, or just in general?
No, really in general, black women with white men.
Black women with white men.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting because my sister is one who only dates white men.
Uh-huh.
And, she, for some reason, feels like black men are too aggressive. That's what she thinks. I'm not saying that these aren't my views. This is just her view. She thinks black men are too aggressive, and she thinks black men are too childish. That they're just, needing someone to take care of them all the time, needing someone, to, being behind them all the time and whatnot. And this may have just been her experience. Now, I've never dated a white man, so I don't know what that is like. But that's just her opinion and whatnot. And I mean, when I've met these men, and I mean, they were just, a lot of the guys that she ended up dating were guys that kind of were like black white men, but they acted black. It was just kind of interesting. They were always, wearing, the backwards cap, and, like they were stuck in the 90s or something like that. So it was really interesting to see, although she would meet these, white men or whatnot, they just kind of seemed like they were trying to be black men. Now she's met, some that were very, very nice and whatnot, but I've never actually sat and asked her like, why do you only date white men? What's the reasoning? But she did, comment, that, she feels like black men are just, too ghetto or whatnot. In this area, I mean, isn't that where I live? It's kind of like that. You see, black men that are kind of like, stuck in like, like they're still 16 or 17 years old or whatnot. But I don't think that she's actually made an effort to go outside of her community and actually go and meet men in other areas, like go to larger cities or go elsewhere, or just try a little harder, or date somebody that's a little older than you. Once upon a time, women used to date men a little bit older than us. For some reason, there's this trend that, women date around their same age or whatnot. But my mom and, older women have always told me, like, yeah, you're supposed to date a little older than yourself. So I don't think that she's practiced that. That could be probably, one of the issues why she's, having trouble meeting people. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I personally have never really been interested in white men. I've always been interested in black men 100%. That's just how I am.
Okay.
And I don't really see a difference in men. I mean, there's cultural differences and whatnot and what have you, but I mean, all I'm looking for is a man who is able to hold down his household, who has his money right, of course, the usual things. I'm not necessarily looking for like a thug or anything like that. No.
Okay, so T-Pain,
Take a breath.
T-Pain, take a breath.
Take a breath.
Prefers the one that I can have a conversation
Say
with
something,
and whatnot. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just different. But
Okay,
I don't see a whole lot of black women just going for white men. Not at least where I am.
Okay, so T-Pain, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. She had I asked her to call it goddamn because she, T-Pain, she could talk. So so shout out to Steven. Oh man. Shout out though. She had some good points though. She had some good points. Well, she did, I ain't gonna lie, but shout out to T-Pain.
So we keep her on the panel, or are we done with her?
Yeah, let's move on to the next caller.
All right, thank you, T-Pain. We appreciate it.
Okay. Let's go to the next caller.
Okay, next one. Damn, these phones are blowing the fuck up.
How many calls we got now?
We got 630, 407, and 805 just came in. So 630, you're on with O'Shea. What's your question or your comment? 630, going once. 630, going twice. All right, we got to move you. Move up to the next one. Area code 407. What's your question or comment?
You got dogs in the background?
Yes, my dog. Shit. 407, are you there?
Okay, let's go to the next person.
All right. Let's go to the last one, 805. 805, are you there?
Damn. You got trolls?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
That's right. Bad.
You niggas don't be calling the show and playing on a goddamn phone, man.
Yeah, make sure mom, if you can hear mom, you hear the show. Let me hear mom.
God damn.
Wait a second, I can't hear mom. Wait a second, hold on. Wait a second. Hey, hold on, 805. Hold on. For some reason, I'm not hearing anything. Hold on a second.
Okay. So while we're doing that, you niggas get the likes up. 177 of you people watching. Let me give a shout out, man, to Dr. Deacon Donnell. That's Triple D. He donated $10 in the super chat. Always Donnell, man. He called my Patreon shows too. So Donnell, you know, I'm back on those since I passed my. Shout out to me. I passed my pharmacology shelf exam. I got the results this morning. Right, I had one last chance to pass it, so I did today, which is why I was so busy. So shout out to you know, my buddy Abraham. We studied here at the Medical University of Lublin all summer. There was 27 people that took it. Only 10 people passed it. I was one of them. So that's why I had cut down a lot of my content as far as my individual channel. So we got that. You needed 50% to pass, and I got 59. So I was happy with that. The highest grade was 68. So shout out to that. I was really hoping to do well on that, and I was. Got that taken care of out the way. Now we want people to like the video. This is important. You guys like the video. 184 people watching. Okay, keep liking the video. We need you guys to do that. This is a black male channel. All right, now you niggas need to like the goddamn video. Okay, what up, True with Tony? Now, True from Tony, you got a white girl, man. A white girl look good. I want him to call in and share his experience. Let's keep the likes coming in.
I was going to touch base on this. Black men are aggressive.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Okay, so this, even when, believe it or not, I used to be a bouncer at a nightclub. And oftentimes you'd hear women complain about how aggressive black men are. You're aggressive in your approach. You're aggressive in the way we speak. And that is off-putting to a lot of women. So I hate to understand where she's coming from, but here's the other side of it. Black women tend to be just as abrasive. So if she's saying that black men are so aggressive and they're a turnoff, sounds like she's still dating white chocolate black men. So I gotta call bullshit on that one.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let me do this because okay, here's the thing. What I noticed, right, and I'm gonna get to Steve's point on this too. When you notice, let's say for example, women who say, and I'm gonna bring a girl on here, man, that's gay. Okay, I know her from our group. She's an admin for me. She says she don't date dudes. I think she do, but she said she don't. If you notice the girls who are pretty or feminine, they say they don't date men. What kind of women are they dating typically? They date the type of, you know, they date the type of women who look like niggas.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand that. Like if I was a dude that was let's say gay or something like that.
If I'm gonna date a white woman, I'm gonna date Bethany. I'm gonna date Britain. I'm gonna date the whitest white woman. She's gonna make baked chicken, boiled cabbage, white bread, and unsweetened iced tea. Because if I'm gonna go through the shit I'm gonna have to go through internally, I want someone who actually is from a different culture. Somebody who can teach me something else. I don't need a white woman masquerading as a black woman. I mean, a black woman masquerading as a white woman. That's all the trouble. But that's what people tend to get. That's why we would talk about a black woman with the white man tends to be she can be a bad black woman. She's gonna be with an average white guy. You don't see that thing flip flopped, which is tells you it's about the power.
Oh, Shay, can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. Can you?
I can hear him.
You can hear me?
You're low.
Low volume.
How about now? What about right now? Check now.
Getting better.
Better.
All right, we got another
There
caller.
you go.
We got another caller, guys.
Okay, let's bring the caller on.
All right, let's see. Over this works. 816. Can you hear us?
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 816. You got to fix your phone. Oh, dog, you said 816.
He said, dog.
Hang up and call right back, man. We can't hear you. You sound really muffled, man.
Oh my god! Shout out to Joseph Franklin, man, for the $2 super chat. Thanks, my man, Dr. Deacon Donnell, for the $5 super chat. Thank you guys for wishing me congratulations on the exam. Steve was telling me, man, stop tripping your black ass pass. I was so happy to find out that I did. But let me get Steve's, because Steve made a great point. In LAR movement, the chat is in the inbox. Now, here's what happened. This is funny. Before we go to Steve, right? When I first talked about the Brother Pill podcast, the original 4 people that it was supposed to be is me, Steve, Kevin Samuels, and LER Movement. That's what we remember. That the first time I talked about it, it was us 4.
Yeah,
it was us 4. I didn't think Angry Man would be interested. Then Angry Man came on and just kind of knocked everybody else off and shit. Because so it just ended up being really the main 3. ABL, do you want to come on, man? You know, you can come on, ABL. So it just ended up being where,
they probably already
kind of came and started rocking with him. He just been dedicated to it and shit. So that was the 4. So LAR Movement, check it out. But Steve, let me ask you this. When you notice that these white women who don't want to date black men, do you notice that they date specifically the black? Okay, they date white men who act like niggas.
No. I've
act like shines. Come on, say it, nigga, say it. To racist ass.
No, they will again. Well, we got a lot of callers. Just want to let you know, but they will date again. They're different types of women. Some women want the non-rough edge black guy that they just attracted to black guys. They just can't help it. They're just attracted to black guys. Then you have some of the women, white women out there that will date the thugs. So I just can't lump them all in, O'Shea. The fucking phone lines are blowing the fuck up.
How many callers do we have?
We've got 6 right now. Wait,
6 callers. It's all because of you, Steve, Dean, and Kevin. You guys are fucking superstars. Okay, let's do this. Let me send the link to shout out to Juan, who just donated. He's a Patreon now. Then 1 minute. Answer me 75. Okay, that's Anthony Brian Logan. What number is he? Is he 757?
Yes.
Let's go to Anthony Brian Logan real quick.
All right, and then we got 407 after that. Let me bring in. All right, Logan, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What up, ABL?
All right, I can't hear anybody else. What's going on?
Hey,
I'm testing the line right now. See how it sounds.
ABL Gaming. Subscribe to ABL Gaming, everybody.
I hear you.
Tell ABL to bring his ass on the regular damn thing.
Nah, but see, I'm testing the line to see how it sounds because y'all have problems with the line.
Yeah.
People sound like they're in wind tunnels and whatnot.
Well, people were in wind tunnels, but we
Right.
got it fixed.
Yeah, but I do hear it's like a little bit of feedback on my end. I can hear myself a little bit when I talk. But
Yeah, there's a little bit of distortion. There's a little bit of distortion.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay. Yeah, the phone line is a little janky, a little bit, but I'm gonna try to come on there and do it that way.
Cool.
Okay, so you want me to send you? Ask him these. You want me to send you a link, ABL? I'm gonna send you a link.
Yeah, send me the link.
Okay, cool. I'm sending ABL. Shout out to Anthony Brown Logan. That's a good brother, man. He's trying to help us out. That's what good brothers do. You know what I mean?
So let me. So Steve is married. O'Shea, have you dated? And you don't? Have you dated interracially?
Fuck no.
Okay, well let me go. Okay.
Have I?
Yeah.
You want that answer?
24 hours.
Fuck no.
Yeah, man.
No, I'll talk.
Exactly.
Can you talk about it real quick? I'll talk about this very briefly.
Yeah. You know, because being from Oklahoma,
Uh-huh.
you know, that was really frowned upon until when I left Oklahoma and really branched out is when I'm like the UN. I've dated everything. Everything. But I even with all the bullshit you got to go through, I still want a black woman.
Oh my God.
Well, okay.
Call me a masochist, but I do.
That's your choice. You got choice.
Can I speak
It's something about that 5'2", 120-pound caramel track running legs, nice. Oh man, come on. Damn.
Okay, let me stop. That's the dilemma that I've been having myself, because I've been living in Eastern Europe for 2 years, and every day I see in shape, nice, attractive, beautiful, nice white women all the time.
Come on.
They fine.
And my grandma would always say in church, the devil is busy. You know, that's what she said.
Yeah.
The devil is busy, and my preference still would be, black women. But as you know, as the longer that you stay someplace, you get a little bit more accustomed. Your taste can change based off of where you live. And I'm not gonna say that I'm not attracted to those women, but one of the most scariest things that I feel is that if I try it, I might like it, and then that's the reason why I don't.
You will.
Because that's kind of why I stay away from it. If you don't know, you can't find out. So I've had white women before, but they were not nothing to be. They ain't like the ones here, So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm still hoping for the right situation, like everybody else is too, I get. But that's another story.
You in the middle of it. I mean, I kicked it with a woman from Australia, a woman from Germany, a woman from Spain, and one woman from Ukraine. And that's a whole different white than Tulsa.
Oh yeah.
So, and you say you would like it? Yeah.
7, sir.
7 calls. Okay, let's get to this next caller here. Go ahead and bring him on.
All right, let's bring in air code 407-312. You be up next. 407. You're on with O'Shea. What's your question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay. I called just to be real quick. Yeah, my experience with black women who want to date white guy, generally they are less. For the white guy, there is less requirement to get with a black chick than for a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I tried to hold a black chick, and you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For example, I come from France, so my experience is a little bit different.
Yeah.
When I went to date a black chick, she say, you need to have this, you need to have that, or something like that. But for a white guy, the white guy just need to be here. He doesn't need to do anything. He just has to be here, say hello, and he gets the white chick. And I think it is more of a social statue because the white guy is here better than the black guy. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Thank you, 407.
With that French accent, you should be able to get anybody you want.
Yeah, you should be like Zibu play poo poo, and they be like, oh my God.
I mean, I took French in high school just to learn how to sweet talk chicks. That's it. Yeah, man. Shit.
You ever hear, shout out to that brother. I wish we would have found out where he was from. Hey, man, if you could tell us where you're from.
Let me ask him.
Yeah, ask him where he's from. He's probably like from Ivory Coast or something.
Where you from, real quick, sir?
France.
What are you from an African country first?
No, France, Paris.
Oh,
Paris.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're in Paris.
Paris. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Caucasian.
All right, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for calling in,
Yeah,
brother.
Oh, you're black. Oh, a black French. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
It
So,
asks you
man,
where his
oh my
family's
God.
from. Are your
Shit, give me
family?
your
Is your
address,
family
Dad.
from Africa?
Shit. Black
No, I'm born in United States, but I grew up in France. I came back to study here, and I'm Haitian descent.
Haitian. Oh, okay, okay. Haitian. Okay. All right, all right. Well, man, thank
a
you for
black
calling in, man. I
Frenchman?
really appreciate it. Okay, so let's go to the next caller.
Okay, up next, 312
This
and
one.
805. 312, what's your question or comment for O'Shea?
Je ne parle pas.
All right, thank you, Steve the Dean. Thanks, O'Shea. Thanks, Kevin Samuels, for having me on. This is JJ Redwood calling in once again. I wanted to point out an observation that I made earlier while researching the Swirler movement. I've noticed that there's a number of self-help guides, books, websites, including Crystal and Karazine's website for helping women that want to swirl. And a few of the tips that are there, I won't go through all of them, but a few of the tips are be outgoing, watch your body language, be feminine. And I wanted to pose a question to the panel. Do you believe that these women are hiding these behaviors or masking them from black men during their relationships because black relationships are not motivating enough to elicit these behaviors? Or are these swirlers pretending to be something that they're not? Thanks for having me on.
All right.
Let me answer that one.
Good question. That's why JJ's a moderator. He is smart. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
The question is, are black women masking these behaviors because black relationships aren't motivating enough? No, black men aren't demanding enough. We are not demanding enough. I'm a strong, independent woman ass can go to your job and quite easily, yes, Mr. Thompson, no, Mr. Thompson, when that check is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And when anybody else in any stature in your strong, independent life requires it of you, you're as feminine as you need to be. Only in the dating world where we've allowed number fours, fives, and sixes to get some game. So the 7, 8s, and 9s are real outrageous. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
But let's get to Anthony Brian Logan's take on that real quick since he's here and I see LAR movement and we'll take another caller because JJ River brought a real good point up. Anthony Brian Logan, did you hear what the caller asked?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what he's saying is when black women want to date white men, there's self-help books. And so what Crystal and Kara is saying, if you want to date white men, there are going to be some things that you need to change. You're going to need to be a little bit more outgoing. You're going to be a little bit more feminine. And she even says in one of her books, leave your ghetto black girl attitude at home. Now, when it comes to dating white men, they're willing to make this improvement. Well, with dating black men, they are not. So what JJ Redwood is saying, are these black women just trying to do this to, basically they're catfishing white men, if you will, with their attitudes to act like they're pretending somebody that they're not just to get them?
I saw that video by what was it, Sandman or whatever, the catfishing where it was more than just how you look and stuff like that. It was about your personality. I saw that. I mean, a lot of that does go on, but you got to understand. See, I look at both sides. I'm not really trying to defend the Crystal and Carrisons of the world, but I understand where she's coming from because the way she look at it is like this. You got to do things that's different to catch a white man than you would do to catch a black man for the most part, because let's be honest. I mean, how many black men do you see with the hood rat type women? It's a lot. You're probably going to see more black men with hood rat type black women than you won't, because just the same way that some black women would say, oh, if you educated, you were lame, this, that, and the third. It could be the same way other way around as well. You could be a black man and you got this girl, she might be a virgin at 25. She might be a Christian or whatever, or she whacked this, that, and the third. So they have to just behave differently. I think that does happen.
I definitely agree. Let me get LAR Movement's take on it, and then welcome to the podcast, LAR. What do you think?
How y'all brothers doing?
Doing pretty good, man.
They catfish. That's what they do. It's very simple. Like, they see white men as powerful, so they're gonna fall in line, because if they fall in line, they can get access to the resources that they feel that power possesses. It's kind of weird though, because if you get a black man with the same resources, they still don't act right.
Yeah.
So
But you know what that is? That's a prejudice right there, because they think that the black man is eventually going to end up like a regular black man that's in the hood, even if he has resources. That's what they think.
Uh-oh, say that again.
This prejudice, the reason why the black women would treat a white man who has resources better than a black man who has resources is because they think that black man may eventually become like the Pookie and the Ray Ray of the world, even though he has resources right now. They think that he's going to become that negative thing they don't want to have in the man.
Okay. That game, Steve, I see you shaking your head.
Yeah.
So let me do this. Let me get this. Steve is going to cuss me out. Steve, let's get to Steve's call. Get to the caller for Steve. We'll get to the next 2 or 3, and then we'll all weigh in. Let's go ahead and
well, real quick, I gotta disagree with respect to y'all guys, because unfortunately for black men, they choose not to learn how to approach and how to pick up women. And when they get a woman, they're always on eggshells, so they then allow the woman's behavior to come in. Like Kevin was saying earlier, what a lot of people don't understand is, as a fucking man, keyword man, you train every person in your life on how to treat you. So if that black woman is being disrespectful to you, it's because you allowed her to. You can be a great man with a job, but that's what you do. That's not who you are. When you take away the job and you all soft and have no spine and no balls, she's going to treat you like a bitch. And then you're going to reward her bad behavior by saying, oh, it's her attitude. You know how they are. You know, she's just having a bad day. A real motherfucking man won't put up with that shit. So, but a lot of young black men have not been taught or trained on how to deal with women. So they think it's okay to be treated bad and disrespected. But I'm gonna shut up because we got other calls and shit. But I'll bring in 805. Then we got 646. Okay, 805. Would you like to say to O'Shea or the panel, sir?
Hello, my name's Brandon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. All right. Hey, O'Shea. My name is Brandon, and I'm a white guy that got referred to you by Aaron Clary. He said you should be listening to you. So anyway, this topic kind of brought up. I have a few questions, or actually comments, to throw out for you. One, do you think the race issue is throwing off some things? For example, don't women normally always date like one or two steps below them, like looks wise? Where like an 8 be dating a 6, especially if that 6 has a status. So would the race be missed? Would a highly attractive black woman dating a lower class white guy or a lower looking like white guy be same thing as the women's hypergamy coming into effect?
Mm-hmm. Well, let me answer that.
I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question.
I understand the question. He's saying that typically, in general, women typically would date like a woman who's looking for a man with resources wouldn't mind dating somebody that looks a little bit less than he does. And in most cases, that's true. What I can tell you that typically in the black community, as far as black women are concerned, black women are much more harder on looks than white women are. So typically it's very difficult to find an unattractive black woman with an unattractive black man. That typically never happens from what I see. You will always see, if a black woman is good looking, more times than not, she would rather take a guy who looks good looking than has money than be with a guy who has money and is not look good looking. That's typically from what I've seen from how black women play it. I don't know if you guys can agree with that.
Hold on, I kind
of very rare to see an ugly black woman with a good looking black woman with an ugly or even a basic looking black guy. Hardly ever happens.
I mean, if you got money, then that would trump it, though, wouldn't it? If you got money, like I think black women would rather get with a guy that's like, basic looking or whatever, that has money versus an attractive guy with no money. I mean, they should. If they don't, then they're going to be in the world of trouble. Then it's going to be this whole thing about black men ain't this and black men ain't that.
Well, see, Anthony Brown, you're smart though, right? In your mind, you giving black women a little bit too much credit, I think, because if they were black like you, they would think like that. But black women don't think like that. They just don't. I don't think so. I mean, if black women thought like what you just said, then we'd have a better community.
I'm saying
black
like if
looks first, I think
they do. Here's the thing.
Okay.
They're inverse. I always think the inverse. So what the caller was saying is typically a white guy A less attractive white guy would be women want guys less attractive because women want to be the showpiece. Women want to be the showpiece. So they can be with an unattractive man and they will always look good. And if he has resources, all the better. Black women want to be in charge. And they care about what their friends think. So a black woman won't get with an 8 black guy who's making if you say making more money, he has to be making a shit ton more money. But typically a black woman wants it all. She wants a more attractive man making more money.
Yeah, I think that's.
Can I interject for 1 second on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you reverse it in the same way, how many white men would foot the bill if they were under black women's standards of black men? How many?
Like you don't like you'll see a black woman that's very attractive. Like around here where I'm at, what you see is like some of the most beautiful black women you ever seen in your life. I'm talking like beyond centerfold model. I'm talking like I can't even really describe it. Perfect black women, looks wise. They'll be with like a bum looking white dude all the time.
Yep,
that's the truth. That's what it is.
You need to go to Virginia.
Is the caller still on?
No, he's off. We have other calls, sir.
Okay, so we'll shout out to him, Aaron Clary. Shout out to Aaron Clary.
Did you have a question for him or something?
Well, I'll bring him back. Because let me do this. Shout out to Aaron Clary. Aaron Clary is a good conservative buddy of mine. His ad is actually on the website along with Steve. There's only 3 people that have ads on the Neighborhood Manosphere: Aaron Clary, Steve the Dean, and Alan Roger Curry. Aaron Clary wrote a book I promoted, The Black Man's Guide to Poverty. He's a very good friend of mine. He's done an interview here. He's a powerful writer. He's exceptionally smart guy that all of you guys, Anthony Brian Logan, I talked to you about Aaron Clary. It's a guy you definitely want to do. Kevin Samuel, he's a mover and a shaker. He's a best-selling author, and he's a big-time guy on here, Captain Capitalism. So shout out to his fan base. He's really done a lot for me personally. I really love that guy. Let's go to the next caller, Steve.
All right, next caller, we have 914. It's 914. Did you have a question for O'Shea?
Big time guy.
Yeah, I got a question here. My question is.
Turn your speakers down. Turn your speakers down.
Your down, please.
I always hear that in America that chicks go for thugs and aggressive men. I just want to say, good everybody. This is Shaddy Ratty.
What up, Shaddy?
And I think y'all tell it funny. I enjoy the information. My question is, do you think it has to do with supply and demand, with like what is preferred?
Nope.
As far as what? Supply and demand as far as what?
Shaddy, turn down your YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube.
All right, that was his question. I muted him. So 646.
You see Steve?
What's your got on that, guy?
Supply and demand. No. Because, again, the ABLs of the world, the Kevins of the world, there are plenty of us out here. We're just too fucking lame and square for the actual average black woman to want to give us the time of day when we're in our 20s and 30s. It's only when they get the wall do we non-select beta males become ones you want to pick. There are plenty of us out here. That's why, what's the dude? Dirty Dick Rodney? That's why all these women having the kids by the same Negroes.
Hey, but
so
you
it
know
ain't
what? I got to add on to that. The thing about it is, I saw a comment in the chat. Shout out to my man. I don't know if he deleted it or what, but it was right. He was like, in the 757, you always see these professional looking black women taking care of dope boys, thugs, guys that just came home from the penitentiary. You'll see a woman work at the DMV be writing the guy in the penitentiary, sending them money and all that. Like, I know a dude in jail right now for 6 years. He was like, yeah, man, I got girls coming up here. They get off their job with their pantsuit on and give me money. I know guys like that. But see, the thing is, you have to understand these professional black women, sometimes they are the same as the men they take care of. Mm-hmm. Like, they probably grew up in the same neighborhood. They grew up with they know who they are. Their families know each other. Just because she has a good job does not mean that she's not in the same state of mind as him that got us in the penitentiary. So when you come with a higher state of mind and you're not like the dope boy or the thug, you can't relate to her because you didn't grow up the same way she grew up. She can relate to the guy that's in the penitentiary, but not you. So now you're lame and you're whack because of that.
That's very, very, very fucking true. Steve, you want to weigh in on that?
No, not really. I mean, they've covered it all on that. I don't have nothing to say on that.
Let me. And here's the funny thing. I live in two worlds. I was the black geek, the black nerd, but I was also a pretty boy. And I used to hear some of the so when I'm laying in bed with one of these chicks, I used to hear how they would talk about we educated lames as if I wasn't one of them. It's fucking disgusting. I mean, we were subhuman to some of these women. Pretty much just, yeah, you know, I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, I've had my time running women, and to hear how women talk about men they don't respect is soul wrenching.
Yes.
That's it.
All right. Well, we got 646 in. Can I bring him in, sir? He's been on.
Yeah, go ahead and bring him in.
646, and then we got 914. You're up whenever we get a chance. 646. Did you have a question? 646.
646. What's going on, player?
I don't know. We just 914 real quick. 914. Did you have a question? Oh wait, we already did you 914. Wait, I'm sorry.
646.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let's go. We got an anonymous caller. What's your name? What's your question? What you got?
What's going on, brother? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I apologize. I'm actually calling from my Google Hangout phone. The trap phone is having issues, so I gotta do it anonymously. But first and foremost, I want to say good evening to all the brothers on the panel. I want to say sakpase to all my Zoes out there. Those who know clearly already know what it is. This is actually Wilsonian Garveyite. So you know, I want to give a shout to LER movement. Obviously Steve the Dean. You know, you real. So you know, I like the things that you've been saying. But I'm actually over here in Orlando, and I'm actually on the east side. I'm not too far from UCF. Anybody knows about UCF? It's the second largest university in the country. And I mean, I'm being a dead horse here. Obviously, I'd say at least half of the brothers that I see here on the university area are already dating out. Anybody who knows me, I'm pretty sure Eliar is probably might be aware I do air conditioning. So when I go out and do work throughout Central Florida, I go to different neighborhoods. I notice different things and things of that sort. Me going to work, again, I'm being a dead horse here. Obviously, economically speaking, we're on the bottom. When I go to the local gas station from leaving the shop, going to a job, I don't know if you guys have Wawa. I don't know if that's only in Florida. I think there might be something in Virginia. I don't know if the brothers can tell me. But yeah, man, there's really not much to choose from. You will see women, I'll call them females, swirling from here to there. But obviously, it's nothing like how black men are doing it. That being said, I'm just like the other brother. You know, at the end of the day, I just love my sisters. That being said, I submitted my passport information. So assuming I don't get deported back to Haiti first, I have every intention on not only going to the continent, but going to, I plan on going to Northern Colombia. Northern Colombia, that's basically where we are in Colombia. But yeah, man, that's basically about it. Shout out to everybody. O'Shea Duke Jackson, content for what you got. And everybody have a good night, man. Haiti City out.
All right, peace.
Shout out to that dude, man. He's very active on BGS's channel, and he's just now been coming to this channel, man. He's a very interesting young brother. He's really interested in Africa and reading a lot of books. He's been really evolving. So shout out to him. He's a good young man. He's really getting a lot of this game and soaking it up. So appreciate you. Let me do this real quick. Shout out to Sister Allie Emmett. Now, Sister Allie Emmett, you need to call in. Call in, Sister Emmett, because we got to talk to you. That's one of my favorite YouTubers, but she only do a YouTube video every 3 goddamn years. So I don't know what's wrong with her. Sister Allie need to get it together. So let's get Allie to call in. Let me do this. We got any more callers, Steve?
No, we don't. No
more call. Okay, so let me do this. For those people who are watching, 204 people watching right now, please do me a favor and like the video. I know this is definitely difficult for some of you niggas out here. Liking the videos is like calculus and shit. It's like, what is cosine, inverse sine, tangent and shit. I know you motherfuckers don't understand. But really, it's hard. It's very fucking easy to like a goddamn video. Really, you're not gonna die, motherfucker. You will not catch AIDS from liking videos. I promise you. There is no YouTube condoms that you need to put on your fingers for liking a video. Now, with that being said, ebook, I'm still sending them out. If you dropped your email, I've sent it to you. Shout out again to Wilson Garveyite. Haiti, he liked to say that. Shout out to him, man. Like I said, good dude. $5 super chat. You brothers, man, keep supporting us, man. The super chat money really is going into the next free ebook that we're doing now. The comic is not going to be free, but the next ebook that the Negro Manosphere is doing is going to be called 5 Things Black Men Should Be Focused On. All right. We're working on that right now. 5 things black men need to be focused on. So it's going to be Donovan Sharp working on that. It's going to be David Simmons again and Professor Alvin Hollinger, my senior writer. Professor Alvin Hollinger. He's been out for a minute, but he's coming back specifically for this ebook. So we'll have that done for you in a few months. Shout out to all the moderators. Okay, so Sister Allie gonna call in a little bit later, but let's kind of go to let's lead the conversation off with Steve. All right, Steve. You were the first person that I kind of heard say that black women, they don't have no problem with being respectful to their white bosses, but they have a big problem with black men and respecting Negroes. So, Steve, I gotta try to stump you. Now, it's hard to stump you, but I gotta try. Okay?
Yes.
I gotta try because I'm an asshole.
That's right.
Steve, black men don't have those jobs, right? You know, and so that's what a lot of black swirlers say. Hey, you niggas just don't have it. You know, you don't even have your own media to stand on. You know, gone are the days of Ebony, you know, no BET. You have nothing to show for as a group of men to want to promote black women or even have anything. So, of course, I'm going to, you know, show respect to the white man because the white man has the jobs. You don't have the fucking jobs. You don't have any of these things. Why in the fuck should I even listen to you? You know what I mean? What do you tell a black woman who has it as a talking point? The reason why I kiss white men's ass because they have the jobs, they have the infrastructure. You guys don't have it.
Okay, it's not about the job. You do have 202. We'll get you in 1 second. It's not about the job.
Get 'em.
What it is about. The reason I said they can go to their job and treat their bosses and their CEOs better, and when they go home and treat their boyfriends and husbands like a bunch of bitches, is because the job has this thing called a standard in which most black men don't have. That's what I was trying to say. It's not about the white man with all the power, because having power is what you have. It's not who you are. And I keep trying to say that to you. It's a whole different ball game. What I was trying to say is the company has a standard, and that's what we try to teach my clients. But everybody else, y'all are fucked. But for the regular old guy, the regular black man, he does not have a standard. His standard is based off a kite mentality. Wherever the wind is blowing, he's gonna go. He has no foundation, no solid laws, rules, and codes, no ethics. He doesn't even know the worth of his last name. He gives his sperm away without even making women fucking fight for that shit. That's the problem. That's why when she goes to the office, because as soon as she walks through that door of the job, they let her know this is what we are, this is what we're about, and this is how much money we're gonna give you. You could take it or leave it. If you don't, we'll take the next one on. That's why most of these black guys don't have that. They meet a woman and they so caught up in her ass and her titties that they like, damn, they get thirsty and they start cupcaking over these bitches and shit. That's why they get treated like that, man.
Okay, let's go to Kevin, and then we'll go to everybody on the panel. Kevin, what do you feel?
Are we getting feedback? Make sure we're not. So what I hear is the same thing. It's think about it from a Christian standpoint. You can't pay your way into salvation. You have to acknowledge that the Lord Jesus Christ is your Savior and died for your sins. All the money, all your good works, nothing's gonna get you there. Black men don't have to own all that shit. We're men. And when we start being men and start having a standard for manhood, just like the Hispanic man, the Mexican man who comes over who ain't got 2 nickels to rub together, but Poppy still runs his house.
Yeah,
when we start being men, then we'll stop having women who don't have the right nor the decision-making capability to define what the fuck a man is and what a man should be doing. Anyway, don't go. This is a deep rabbit hole. We're listening to women who need to fall in line once we all band together and say, you know what? Here's the manhood. This is what men are. You want to fuck with us? You come on over. If you don't, bye. You
Correct.
get no access. You get no attention. You get no love. You get no side dick. You get no nothing. Then I guarantee you, those women will find their way back or they'll die out. Darwinism wins.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Let's get ABL's take on this. ABL, what do you think?
About what? It's a lot going on.
You know, what did Kevin said?
I mean, my thought is my thought process is this: when men behave as men, women enjoy it. Women enjoy when you take control, when you are the one who set the rules and let everything be known the way it's supposed to be. But when you want to like defer to her and try to have her lead and come up with stuff, that's when she starts to lose respect. And that's when things are just going to go the wrong way. It's never really going to be able to be repaired from that point. So if you are a man about yourself, all the other stuff don't matter. It don't matter the money, all the kind of stuff. At the end of the day, you got to be a man. Now you got to be able to take care of yourself as a man too. You can't just, talk the talk. You got to walk the walk as well. And whatever kind of way that it applies. And women really enjoy that. But once, like I said, once you get beyond that, once you're not doing that, that's when you have a problem. I think that's why a lot of these swirlers do what they do, because they feel like in their mind, whether it's true or false, they feel like the white man will be able to give them the better experience of a man in his relationship to a woman rather than the black man. Too many of us are raised by single parents and we defer to a woman for everything. We never seen a man and woman interact and how a father supposed to control the household and how a woman maintains the household. All we know is that we get our orders from the woman. So that dynamic can't really work in a healthy way for too long.
Well, let me ask you a question flat out, Anthony Brown Logan. Are they wrong when they say I can get a better deal with the white man on average than I can with the black man for the reasons that you just cited? Are they right?
You put me out there. I can't say they're wrong. Unfortunately, I don't take pride in saying that. I really don't. I don't take pride in saying that, but unfortunately, I can't say they're wrong for the most part. Now, that's not to say that I can't say all. That's not true for everybody, but generally, that's what it is. I mean, we see it. We see the divorce rates, the marriage rates in the black community versus anyone else, especially white folks. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The evidence is right there. So the black woman, she's trying to get the stability that she sees from a community that's more stable than our own. She knows that her chances of becoming divorced, a baby mama or whatever, are exponentially higher by dealing with the black community. Now, a lot of that could be her fault from dealing with the wrong kind of man to begin with, because like what was said earlier, a lot of these women are dealing with the same man over and over again. Like you had some guy that had like 20 baby mamas, but then you got a bunch of other black men out here that don't have any kids at all. So it's like, it's a weird situation. It really is.
Okay, so this is what I gotta say. Well, let me do this. Let me get to LAR movement, because we gotta have a serious conversation here, brothers. Are black women are they wrong? ABL says he doesn't think that they don't have a point. Sad as it to say, they do have a point, because we got to be honest, we do got a lot of men out there who are not capable. Due to, now don't be wrong, black women did fuck them up. Steve said that.
It's a two-way street. A lot of that is not just to be blaming on black men. A lot of that is black women's choices that they make as well. So it's not just
absolutely.
a one-way street.
100% agree. So, like Ron wrote an article talking about black women are the problem that they create about it. Black women create the problems that they complain about. So let me go to LAR movement.
Oh shit. When I was young, I was raised by my mother, my grandparents. And when I was younger, I would bump heads with my mother because she had a problem with my masculinity. But I didn't understand it. As I got older, girls used to test my masculinity, and I didn't understand it. But when I became a full-fledged man, I gave them no option to try to test my masculinity. And they just fell in line with it. And I think a lot of guys are in between that space where they don't know how to just put themselves all the way out there and say, look, if you ever think that you're going to be the man in this relationship, I'm going to Ray Lewis spear your ass out of that thought. But that doesn't happen. And I think they don't have that questions with other men of other ethnicities because it's already a known fact in those other ethnicities. And that's partial to the fact of single parents and women thinking they run everything. But do they have a better deal? What I've seen with these chicks depends on what they're looking for. Because some of them want a better deal financially, but then when you can only go to his house and his family and you can't go to yours, then they start rethinking that shit.
Okay, let me do this. Steve, you have some callers in there, right?
Yes, sir.
How many callers do we got?
We got 3.
3. Okay, let's bring the callers in.
Okay.
And basically let's bring him in here.
All right.
His voice is low.
202. You're on.
Hey Steve, how's it going? This is DC Native. Hello, panel.
Peace.
And Steve already touched on this, and somebody else. Excuse me, I'm outside too, so sorry if I hear like traffic. But Steve and somebody else had already touched on this and talked about how some black women like to they'll be a means, they'll have like their own house, have a good job or whatever, but they're dating someone that is as some can say is a bum or a loser, and they'll have them on a couch, or he's playing video games, or he's like an underachiever. And a lot of women, I don't know what the exact number is, but it is black women, they do that because they want to be in control of that particular person. If they know they can't control somebody with the demeanor like Steve or O'Shea or any other guys on that panel, because if they get with any guys like that, they can't just they can't enforce their matriarchy.
Yes.
And that's one of the main issues. Women like that want to be in control. This is how my grandparents is, and it's not just single mothers. There's a lot of 2-parent homes. I grew up in one. Where are you still there?
Yeah. You gotta hurry up, because we got other calls. Well, go ahead, man.
Okay, my bad. I'm gonna hurry this up. But it's also 2-parent homes where what's up, man? The woman she plays a dominant position, and she'll constantly undermine and emasculate the father or the husband's authority, and the kids see this. These young girls, they're seeing all of this dysfunction, and they're internalizing women being in charge, being in control, and then they carry that shit with them everywhere they go. And then men, they're just tired of that. Some men, they're just really, it's not just about, because some women think it's just about skin color or that other bullshit. Men are just they're like going the path of least resistance. They don't want to deal with all that combativeness.
All right.
But
all right.
that's all I got. That's all I got to say. I don't want to stay on too long.
All right, thank you, Tuato. We appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. Y'all want to say before we bring
You know what that is? What that is? That comes from the single parent household stuff. Because what happens is you have a woman raising her son or whatever, and then her son doubles as her husband. He's 15 years old. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. Great to play football. He come home from school. She make him dinner, do whatever. He play the game. He could just live like that. So that's what they see. So they want to go out there and do the same thing. Like, she could be in the same house with a guy like that. She could be his sister. She could be 14. She's seeing this kind of dynamic happen. She's seeing that the son is all big and like behaving as the husband, protecting the mother, and he's like playing video games, living as a bum, even though he's not a bum because he's a child. So then they grow up thinking this is the way that it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have this adult woman take care of this little boy, and that's my companion. So then they get out there in the world and they look for that. I've experienced that kind of stuff where you got a woman that try to like play you like that, like you kind of like a little boy. So I think that's why sometimes you get the whole you're too aggressive. You know, not all the time, but in my personal case, I've got that from black women. Are you too aggressive? Me, I'm a nice guy. I'm the nicest guy in the world.
You too aggressive?
That's what I'm saying. Like me, too aggressive. I'm a nice guy, but see, I'm not like a little boy like they used to dealing with. The guy that, you know, is still attached to his mom at 30 years old. You see what I'm saying? That's what they are used to. That's what they've seen. That's what they've been dealing with a lot. So they continuously want that. So that's why that whole dynamic happens, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, when they say people have words mean things. When a woman says a black man is too aggressive, referring to ABL, no, that means he has rules and standard. That means you can't just fly off the neck, start popping your chicken neck. He's going to check you. He's going to put you back in line, and if you don't, he's going to show you the door. That's not rude. That's a standard.
That's correct.
And men, when we are all on one accord and enforce a standard, women will fall in line. Anytime you have women leading something, you're already losing. You're already losing. Now, yes, everyone wants to go back to the time where Big Mama was in the house, such and so forth. My grandmother was born in 1919. She ran the house, but she never usurped my grandfather's authority. We had a patriarchy, and we had a matriarch of the family that respected the man. That's just how it worked. And I will say one other thing. If people are going to call in on the line, do us all a favor, guys. Make sure you're in a place where you can be heard. You're not on speakerphone. Give us a little bit more respect. You're going to be reheard on the broadcast. That's it.
All right. Well, you ready the next one in, O'Shea, or you going to keep going?
Yeah, let's bring another caller on, and we'll go to LAR. Let's bring another caller on.
All right. We have next 214, then 218 is up after that. 214, you on with O'Shea.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on?
Hey, I think we're not looking at the aspect of culture, because in the United States, when you look at the entertainment that's within a culture, black men, when you're in a relationship with a black men, they go play ball.
Huh?
Oh, go play ball. You're gonna listen to music. Going to the club. When you date a white guy, because the whole country revolves around white culture. You can go hiking. You can go do all this whole big world of stuff. And women are very sociable. We have to understand that money is a tool that's used to live life. So money is not the end goal. And sometimes black men get carried away on forgetting to live life. And what y'all think about that?
I don't know what's going on. I'm
You
lost.
can't live life without money. You can't live life without money. You can't have like a welfare life.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The culture, just because two people got two different cultures, that has nothing to do with being able to relate a lot of times. You could go play basketball and go hiking in the same day if you got the money to do it.
It's not because black people are just naturally bigger partiers. If you want to see who locks it up on parties, go deal with some Hispanic people.
Oh, yeah.
They will shut a block down.
They turn the fuck up.
So, yeah, it's not that as a black woman wants to live with a black man, we go to the club and we cut up. White guys will shut a bar down. We all have recreation. I just think we look at things differently based on our experience.
Okay, hold on. Can we go to 908, Steve? That's my big bro, Misanthropic One. He's a big time YouTuber over here in the sector. So,
man,
908.
You all right, Steve?
Yes.
No, I'm not all right, because that young man is so lost, man.
Well, we saw your face, man.
Because he mentioned money and he's talking about culture. It's not about culture. It's not. It's about manhood and what you stand for. I'm sorry, real quick. Money is not gonna be a substitute for your born ass personality. Money is not going to be a substitute on how you carry yourself. Money's not going to be a substitute if you're funny, witty, or sexual, romantic, freaky, dirty, or nasty. You motherfuckers ain't that shit. So you got to use money, cars, and clothes to dangle shit in front of women because that's all you have. And they realize most of you don't have substance. That's why they don't want to fuck with you. It's not culture. It's you. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me just say one thing on that. And the reason you hear the frustration in Steve's voice is because he's been telling you guys the same thing. And here's the thing. If what Steve is saying is true, which it is, that means you got to do something different. You can't keep blaming it on shit. You got to change your ass. That means you got to take the minds. That means you got to listen to the man mindset. You got to go get some style. You got to learn some shit that you don't have because you can't read enough books or watch enough articles. You need somebody to teach you this shit.
There you go.
Can I say something real ignorant for a second?
Yeah.
You can't beat women doing fake shit to get attention.
Uh-oh.
They put on fake hair, fake faces, fake height, fake clothes, fake titties, fake asses, fake legs. And if you doing fake shit, they gonna peep it. You can't be a real man doing fake shit to get women.
And I don't even like him because he's not a Cowboy fan, but he's fucking
Let me
right.
look at my guys.
You know why he's fucking right? Because most of you motherfuckers can go in your closet right now and look at all the shit that you have purchased and bought that you can't wear right now because you're so busy trying to fit into the styles and the fads. You're losing and wasting your money trying to impress these motherfucking bitches. I'm sorry. I know we gotta get your 908 in.
All right, let's get 908.
908 is in, sir. 908 is in.
That's my big boy.
Yo, what's up, O'Shea, Steve?
What's up, Misanthropic?
Misanthropic one, what's up?
What's up?
How's it going, man? I want to shout out Steve, Anthony, Brian, Logan. Y'all two of my dudes, as well as O'Shea. O'Shea knows what it is.
Appreciate that.
Oh man, I love you, Brick Bro. Love you, man. Thank you, man, for everything.
Yeah, we got you, man. You got the floor, fam.
Yeah, love you guys, man. Yeah, I saw the fucking title and I was like, yo, I gotta get in on this real quick. The thing with the Swirlers is that if you use that premise that you want to be saved after you done fucked up this Negro so much, and you go, fuck him, I'm gonna go get something better. If that's your premise, then you're fucked up. I mean, just that alone just trumps everything. I don't know if that was mentioned before, but that's my whole thing with them. If you want to date interracially, I don't give a shit. But don't sit there and say that you want a good dude, and meanwhile you're contributing to his mind state being all fucked up. I mean, this Negro's emasculate. Did you see those fucking pictures of Isaiah Thomas in that ESPN magazine shit that he was doing the body shots or whatever?
Yeah, he was naked. Like butt out.
You see him with poking his ass out and shit. I'm like, this is what we've come to. So part of me,
Wait, what'd you say with his butt out?
Anthony Brian Logan was saying, part of me can't blame her, but at the same time, you contributed to that shit. You're the one with raising these dudes by yourself. You don't need a man. You don't want a male presence in that dude's life because you want to have a matriarchy, and this is what you get. So it's a whole, I don't know what to fucking call it, man. It's all fucked up.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Big Bro?
Just love you guys. Steve the Dean, you're cracking me up right now. Same with Anthony Brian Logan. I'm just honored to share my voice with y'all. Yeah, that's about it, man. And this fucking dude that's in the chat room, I don't know how many fucking accounts he got. Why don't you just block this motherfucker? What's his name? Reginald Brown? They got like fucking 50 accounts.
Hold on, let me make my Big Bro a moderator so he can
back
get his ass too. Look, hold on a second.
Yeah, Reginald Brown's going up. He's a troll. He's up to like 300 accounts. He's special.
Crazy, man.
Dude got no fucking life.
No life. Big Bro, you gotta get me on Facebook, man, so we can do an interview, man, again and bring you back. Did you read the book I sent you? How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours?
Oh, you did? Yeah. You know what? I was switching my emails. I got to go check my spam on my the original email you sent it to me on.
Okay. I'll send it back to you, man. It's a classic. You gotta read it. It's a classic.
Now that you reminded me.
Okay. So
all right, so yeah, let me let you go. I know you got a lot of motherfuckers on there, so I don't want to interrupt too long. I love you guys, man. I wish you guys the best.
Thanks so much, man, and thank you for all you've done, man, for the Manosphere. He actually came before us guys did, and people like him. They really like when they saw like the younger guys like in this coming up, kind of new guys. They kind of got right behind this man. Like, yo, him and Solo TV 84. I can really say they really tried to, there wasn't no hater shit or nothing like that, man. They kind of gave us the game as to what we need to do and all type of other shit. But let's do this real quick. We have another caller, right?
Yeah, we got 281, and we got a foreign number.
Okay, I'm trying to find my damn PayPal shit. Where the fuck is my PayPal information at? Hold on. Let me do this real quick, because Char Willie, what is my PayPal? I don't even know my own PayPal for me. Char Willie knows it more than I do, because somebody wanted my PayPal. No. But let me do this. Before we do that, we have 207 people watching. Please like the video right now. I really appreciate if you people like the video. Keep the likes coming up. We really appreciate what you guys are doing tonight on this. Now, Anthony Brian Logan, I actually got to support you on Patreon right now. Let me go ahead and do that, because I've been meaning to do that. Anthony Brian Logan Patreon. So Steve Patreon is so expensive, man, it broke me. I gotta start stripping and shit now. Steve Patreon is like $1, then like $2, and then like $1 million and shit. Like that's what motherfucking
that's what quality will get you.
$1 million Patreon and shit for fucking with this nigga. Steve,
you give me $1 million worth of game for $59.99.
Then I got taxed $1 million a month for fucking Poland, because I'm in Poland and shit. So they tax me and shit. So Steve.
Well, while you climbing a tree, can I bring the next call in? While you
yeah, call in. So I'm now Anthony Brian Logan's Patreon. I'm Steve Dedeen's Patreon. I'm Kevin Samuel's Patreon. I'm everybody's fucking Patreon now. So thank you guys. That's the least I can do for what you guys do for me all the time. So thank you.
All right. Area code 218, and then we have a foreign call after that one. 218. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Angel once again. I'd just like to tell O'Shea to bookmark his PayPal on his computer, and also to add on what Daviel had to say. I think the reason why some black women are like this is because they're too demanding. They like to be the boss and the queen of the household, so that's why they're like this. And if they don't get their way, they have a history set.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my man. Thank you.
Shout out to Angel, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's I believe he is he's a nice guy. He's autism, I believe, but he always supports the show.
What's going on, Angel?
Yeah, supports the Anthony Brian Logan show all the time too. And so thank you for calling in, Angel. Really appreciate you. And then everything else. So let's go to the. You have any more calls, Steve?
Yes, one more. We got area code 447 out of the country. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, where you calling from?
Hi there, yes, it's Olu from London.
That's Olu, man. He's our moderator. What up, Olu?
What up, bro?
What up, man? I said I'll call in. Oh, just a quick one.
Man, I need some London people.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
can hear you, bro.
Yeah, I'm just I'm just wondering, like, we tend to get triggered by the Swirlers. I mean, is that because are we low key jealous of them, do you think?
That's a good point.
That's a good question.
Good question. Even though you be out there swirling out there in Norway, player.
Put them on out there. Put them on full blast.
Let's talk about that real quick. I know you're calling from London. I know it's damn near real late out there. That's my boy, man. When I go out to the L, I gotta holler at him. Anything else that you want to ask besides that, bro?
No, I just wanted to really say, keep up the good work, man. It's good to, see you on a Friday night. It's good entertainment as well. So keep up the good work.
My man Olu been following me for at least a year, man. He's one of my mods. Good dude. He actually signed up on Patreon before I even had a Patreon. Like, he's the first person to play it. I know, Man of Tomorrow, when I just signed up, they actually went and found it themselves and just signed up. They're the only people that did that. So thank you, man. Thank you for all that you do for the channel. Let's talk about that. Let's start with LAR movement.
Go ahead.
I've heard a show where Crystalline Kerasin said that she deals with a lot of black women who swirl themselves, but they hate seeing black men with white women. So are black women jealous of black men with white women, even though they have a preference for the opposite sex? And are black men, are we offended when we see especially good-looking black women with a white man? Does that make us feel some type of way? We'll start off with LAR, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. I think we jealous. I think people are jealous and full of shit. I think people get mad because they feel like they can't go back. That's the fallback plan. If I see you with somebody else, if it fails, I should have you too.
Uh-oh.
So, people don't want to say that. I know girls who did the swirling thing. And they come back afterwards, they pro-black and shit, and they want to be down with the community, and they deserve a black man. And 3 years ago, they was like, fuck you niggas. And guys are the same. I know guys the same way. Like, man, why she with him? Why the fuck you care?
It's a good point. Good point. Let me do this real quick, and I need to shout out some of the super chat people. JB, thank you for the $10 donation, man. I appreciate you. Freelance Ron and Steve, they won't listen, but I'm listening, bro. $2. Thank you so much. The Grinch God. Steve looking like he's highly disappointed or he's holding in a nasty fart. My man Eric Bird, F the Swirlers, Bamboozle Black Baby Boomer. Another brother that donated again last night. What's good, O'Shea in chat room? My take: a man should come to a woman with a plan, but be open to reasonable alternatives from his woman. He should view his woman as his consigliere. I don't know how to say, our advisor. He should view his woman as his advisor.
So
that's
now she's
kind of a blue pillish type of comment, but I'll
fuck.
A woman is not a consigliere. No.
The consigliere is the brains behind the fucking operation. If you need her to be your consigliere, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
There you go. I like you. Take the hat off, but I like you. Yeah, exactly.
You got a woman that's a consigliere. Ooh.
The fuck it.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in more detail. We'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that. But let's kind of get we'll talk about that right. We'll talk about that right now. Okay. Should we really think about Steve? What's the problem with this guy's comment? He's saying, women, you should look at women as somewhat of an advisor system, something like that.
No, because that sounds like a guy that makes compromises. And as a man, I will not compromise none of my standards to a woman. There's negotiables like steak or chicken and shit like that. But other than that shit, fuck no. Why the fuck am I going to talk to a woman about man things? All I'm going to get is a woman's response and thought process. Now, again, if it's about doing the dishes or taking the trash out or steak, like I say, steak or chicken, shit, we can talk all motherfucking day. But when it comes to making king decisions, only a king can make a king decision. Kings do not could talk to their queens and ask questions like that.
Right.
Okay. So
can I?
Yeah, get in. Jump in the conversation. Fuck it.
These people act as though the woman ain't gonna pay the cost to be the boss.
Okay.
If shit goes south, it ain't falling on her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, well, she's running the relationship. Okay, well, guess what? If the shit hit the fan, she gonna blame you. Blame you. You need to be in the front in the first place.
What they're trying to still do is skirt the responsibility of being a fucking man. Okay, well, I was raised this way, so if I still share authority and responsibility and power for a woman, then we're 50-50. No, nigga. When it falls apart, she's still gonna leave your ass because you gave her decision-making authority. Women don't want to make these decisions. They don't want the power. Matter of fact, if you've ever dated a woman and stepped in to fill that vacuum, they'll tell you, I've been waiting my entire life to take this burden off.
You're wrong, Kevin. It's happy wife, happy life.
Let me do this. This guy, we'll actually do a show talking about happy wife, happy life. We'll do that maybe this week. Bamboozle Black Baby, sorry, Bamboozle Black Baby Boomer. He says, I think you misunderstand me. You misunderstand me. I'm talking about when you're married. All right, let's go to ABL real quick. So ABL, this particular gentleman says, well, not necessarily when you're dating, but when you're married. Do you believe? You didn't see my second comment where I said the man makes the final decision. Okay, so you should maybe ask for advice from a woman, but you make the final decision. I mean, would you even go that far?
I mean, it depends on what it is. Like, what is it about? Is it about decorations for the house? Like, what's going on?
It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a good point. I tell you what. How about this Black Baby Boomer? Steve has made it where you can actually call in. So if you want to call in and actually explain what you're saying,
please,
it will be good because maybe it may come misconstrued through the typing of it all. So the number is, what is it, 515
605-9373 313. We got you in the queue. Be patient. We'll bring you in a second.
Okay, so we'll do that, and we'll let Anthony Brian Logan respond to that, and then we'll go to. So let's bring the other caller in here, and then let's keep it moving.
All right, 313. What's your question for the O'Shea of the panel?
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm gonna keep my, I guess, statement or question real short, but I have a not an issue or whatever, but I guess a general question or whatever for y'all. Like these girls,
that's the run,
quote unquote, swirl. These women, I mean, I've seen a couple of them, and going on YouTube and seen a lot of what they're talking about. But honestly, they're not women or whatever that I would generally approach in public or private. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they may have their standards or whatever dialed to 9,000 or whatever as far as what they expect from men, but what exactly is it that they bring to the table to actually complement whatever that they're actually pursuing? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Is that the Ron? Ask him. Is that the Ron? That's the Ron Williams. Ask him.
Okay, that's all right. So
ask him. Is that the Ron? Is that the Ron?
No, that's 313.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is the Ron. What up, the Ron?
Okay.
What up, though?
Yeah, I knew your voice, man. What you mean? You're not in the, okay. I was wondering where you at in the chat, man. That's our moderator, Theron Williams. You guys subscribe to him. Awesome vlog channel, man. He's really good.
Man, I'm walking around my truck, man, trying to prep my shit for get ready going to Florida. I just had to hop on real quick.
Okay, all right, cool, man. Thanks, Theron, for calling in, man. We got to have him back on the panel also because Theron got a lot of good content. Let's ask that question, man, because I think it's pertinent. Let's start with ABL because he's saying, a lot of these women are asking for not even just in black men, but a white man. They think they deserve this. Are these women what they are asking for? I mean, do they represent what they are looking for in a man? What do they have to offer?
It depends on the woman you're talking about. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
Some women have they come correct. They come with the right things. They don't have no kids or nothing. They take care of themselves. They're not out here with a bunch of different men. Some women do have what it takes to request a man that is on the same lines as her as a good man. But some women don't. They got 3-4 kids, baby daddy drama. One baby daddy's in the penitentiary. When he come home, he get violent, all this, that, and the third. She got all kind of medical problems. She got debt. But then at the same time, she want this guy that's like perfect, a guy that can pretty much get any woman he desires. Like, that don't make no sense. You got to just think about where you are realistically, what's your level, and then think about what you can actually get as a woman. You can't, I mean, if you're expecting something that's not realistic, you probably ain't gonna get it. And that's just the law of nature. That's just, it is what it is.
Okay, let's go to Steve real quick, and then we'll go to everybody real quick, and we'll go to the next caller. Steve, are these women asking for more than what they can give themselves?
No, I no, absolutely not. What they're asking for is what they think they need to ask for. See, what you get from women are wants, and that's the problem. Women always talk about what they want. I want a man to do this. I want a man to do that. I want a man to do this. Want. But the women that fuck guys like us are guys who fulfill their needs. See, women don't want to give that secret away. Women don't want to know that there's a certain kind of man out there, keyword man, like Kevin always says, that a man fulfills needs and not wants. And that's what separates us. And a lot of young men out there are too busy fulfilling a want and not being the need. And that's some of the problems that they're having, big dog.
Solutions-based selling.
What about you, LAR? What do you think?
Said this before. If you're dealing with when you deal with people who expect guarantees, you need to leave them the hell alone.
Why?
And that's what's happening a lot. People want guarantees from these guys, and they giving out maybes. And like the brothers were saying earlier, brothers ain't got no standards. You can't be all these great things, and she just be whatever she wants to be. It don't work like that.
Mm-hmm. And if you ask me the question, what was the question? That these women are swirling and they're actually not up to par with what they think they want?
Keyword want.
Yeah, keyword want. And again, no, I wouldn't want to date most of them because I don't care what a woman thinks she wants. You don't pick. You don't pick. He who findeth the wife findeth a good thing. The only thing your vagina toting ass is supposed to do is go make yourself a good wife. Then go hide somewhere and get found. End of sentence. You making the decision on who is qualified and ain't qualified. You don't have a penis.
That's my dog.
How about this?
You don't have a penis.
How about this?
Make that choice.
Ask them was their mama and grandmama qualified. Because a lot of people who want to be wives out here, the same way they talk about men, you wasn't raised to be a man, you was raised by a woman, you don't have no. Ask them, was your mama and grandma, did they teach you how to be a wife or a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Because people falling short as hell.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. We have any more callers, Steve?
No, we don't. We're gonna flip the. I gotta flip the queue because we had the 2-minute mark, so I'll flip the queue and start it back up again. But I love the guys on the panel because they're keeping it real. You see, what a lot of black men understand, they don't know the power in the birthright of their last name. They don't realize that she is going after our last name. She's going after our ring. She needs to prove her value and her worth to us. But that's things that mom don't teach young boys. They teach them the shit that they wish the guy who fucked them and left them, Papa was a Rolling Stone kind of motherfucker. They gonna try to tell their boys all the shit they wish that the man they were fucking would do for them. So they hurt these young boys because, again, a lot of young men shouldn't even have babies with some of these ratchet ass women. Your sperm, your kids, that's your legacy. And yet you just handing that shit away for some titties and some ass. That shows the weakness of a lot of black men. They just don't think like that. It's sad, man.
Can I be an asshole for a quick second?
You you're wearing a hat of an asshole, so you might as well be one.
We got a generation of men who got their mama last name.
Yeah.
And we got a generation of men who got a fuckboy daddy last name.
Oh
man. Yikes.
Damn.
The ABL laughing. ABL, don't be laughing. You got 5 people.
ABL laughing at black women.
Got the mama. There's a lot of liberation when you can finally. If Papa was a Rolling Stone, just like mine was, well, if all Rolling Stones fuck with hoes, All women that sleep with Rolling Stones know exactly what they get. And it's a very liberating thing for each one of these men to think about. Do you judge your mama the same harshness as you judge your father? Because if your daddy was a dirty dick Rodney a hoe, dirty dick Rodney a pimp, your mama was a hoe. And she was a willing hoe. She went out there and did the baby mama chicks. Back in the 70s, they did the same shit. There were women knocking at my mom's door because they man at the house and shit. And I'm looking at my mom like, you a hoe. And I'm sitting there disgusted. I'm like, and here's the thing. You want to get fucking real? Let's get real. My mom, love you, mama. I was sat down with her at 12 years old, be like, you got all these nice simp men who want to take care of you, be good to you, got good union benefits, such and so forth, all this other stuff. But no, you decide I only want to date married men and all other kind of stuff because, I know where I stand. Thought behavior. That was I was born in 69. So this is a sickness about a certain mindset of a woman. And you think about the man that child raises. I thank God I had strong men around me to pull me out of that fuckery. I may be dancing around here in a skirt somewhere.
Wow. That's a testimony right there. Miss Anthropo, holla, Manosphere up. Love y'all on the panel. Wow, just appreciate you for saying that. That's some real shit. Let me do this real quick. We got 199 people watching. I'll keep the podcast going for at least 20 more minutes, but let me do this real quick. So we need more people to like the video. Really thank you guys, man. This is a great community with the Negro Manosphere. Steve the Dean, man, he's really brought this idea with the thing. Steve has really helped me step up my game, man. Really, I really have to say that. And all you other brothers that's on the panel, great content. Consider this. Like I said, Steve has a Patreon. Anthony Brian Logan has a Patreon. Kevin Samuels has a Patreon. Okay. Now we talk about supporting black men who support you. I'm supporting Kevin Samuels on Patreon. I'm supporting Anthony Brian Logan on Patreon. I'm supporting Steve the Dean on Patreon. These brothers, and you've seen them here more than 10 times. They come here, give content, get information all the time. They are black men who are all bright, all gifted, black men who want to see, black men win. Now, even Anthony Brian Logan gets more subscribers in a day than I can in a damn month. All right, but he's always over here. So not only should you guys be subscribed to those people, and LAR Movement also, although he doesn't have Patreon set up, everybody on here you have to subscribe to, and if you can, Patreon those particular brothers, okay? Because hey, Callie Green, who was that? She looked kind of good. But we want to be able to support our black male content creators. The reason why I come out with the free ebooks that I'm trying to come out with is because I want you not only to support me, but I want you to support them too. Because when we do stuff like that on this side of the community, it looks good on not only just me, it looks good on them. And for other stuff that they have, Anthony Brian Logan has shirts, Kevin Samuels has stuff. You sound kind of jelly. What the fuck? What does a fucking nigga sound jelly for? Shut your bitch ass up. Jasonification. So you guys support these other brothers and subscribe to them, Patreon them also, and help them with what they're doing, because what they're doing are great things. Anthony Brian Logan has a lot of politics. Kevin Samuels has perfume and cologne reviews and just life coaching skills. Steve the Dean with the same thing in dating. All of us together are making a great show. And LAR Movement, just everything. He covers everything. So let me do jelly. What the fuck? Man, get your gay ass out of my chat room, dude. I can't be having no gay niggas over here. All right. Like the video. If you have not donated, hit the goddamn super chat button. If you have an Android phone, first time, hit the super chat button. Donate to the Steve the Dean Williams Jerry Curl Fund, trying to get his hair to grow back. All right.
Can you hear me, O'Shea?
I can hear you. You sound like you in a goddamn prison cell.
All right, we got a few calls in, sir.
Okay, bring them on.
856 and 646. 856. What's your question?
Okay.
Yeah, this is Bamboozle. Yeah, y'all was trying to kill a brother up in here, ain't you? Man, go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you. We can hear you, Bamboozle.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was, okay, I'm coming at it from, you guys are single and much younger. I'm coming at it from someone who is older. I'm 57, just celebrated a wedding anniversary, 31 years. And so, yeah, there's a lot of compromise that has to happen. But in the end, I make the decisions. That's all I was trying to get at. And I asked my wife what she thinks. Simple as that. Now, if I were
Why you asked her?
even if I were single today, yeah, I'd be like, if I ran into some random woman, and yeah, of course it would be, we're going to do this. But it just depends on the situation. Oh, Steve, I see the look on your face.
Yeah, buddy. Comes.
Why do you ask your wife?
You asked for it.
Okay, the word compromise is not in your vocabulary, right?
Yes, sir.
Steve, come on, talk to me.
Uh-oh.
You sure?
Steve, is it low? The volume's low.
Your volume's low, Steve.
Oh, no, I understand that.
You know, Steve's volume is low.
Compromise, maybe.
He trying to...
Go ahead.
Is that better, O'Shea?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, no, what I'm saying is a man does not compromise his standards to a woman. What I'm saying is when you're married, but you just said compromise with your wife. You just said, you used the word compromise with your wife.
Mm-hmm.
And a man, look, if I don't care if I'm fucking, married, booty call, I got a Martian wife, I don't care if she's from the island of Zamunda, I'm not going to compromise anything with her, because when I meet her through our process of getting to know me and her being honored by having my last name, she's going to live by my standards. But what you're saying is a person going to McDonald's and trying to tell McDonald's how to run their operation. McDonald's saying, hey, this is what we are. And then the woman comes and say, nope, I want you to change the Big Mac to the Big Mac with pink ruffles or something like that. Or let's change French fries. You can't talk compromises with a woman as a man, in my opinion. I'm sorry. That's
okay.
Yeah, so
I understand. That's your opinion. I understand that. I respect that.
But there's a but coming.
But again, I've been at this thing for 31 years, and maybe I've been going about it wrong, but I grew up in a different time.
Well, I think you'd also agree that we tend to use our experience as the blanket for everything. You've been at it for 31 years, so that also means you haven't been out here dating women for 31 years. That means you don't know what we're talking about. You're a baby boomer. You've been with your wife for 31 years. Granted, you found the unicorn.
I can't hear you.
I know I'm trying. Yeah, you're so loud. You're so loud. 856. Hold on. Let me low you down real quick. Let Kevin talk. Hold on once. Let me see if I can bring him in now. Kevin, say something now, sir.
I said, granted, you've been married for 31 years, so that's cool. But also that means you've not been out here for 31 years dating. So you got to learn this side of it too. Also, just because somebody wins the lottery, someone hits the Powerball, but I don't think that you would go out and tell your son or young men that everything works like your pristine 31-year marriage. No offense. But I don't think you go out there and arm young men or men today and say, this is what the standard is and go do it this way. Or would you?
Oh, did he leave?
Either way,
no, it's the volume.
I don't hear him, but
it's the volume.
Yeah, it's the volume. Either way, we hear these things often.
Still have trouble hearing him.
Okay, never mind. Now, here's the ultimate point. You've been married 31 years. It's the same appeal that a lot of times as when I spoke in the singles ministry, the pastors in the church, a lot of people would use their own personal experience as blanket for everything else, ignoring all the facts and data and still saying, yeah, but. If you got married and you've been married for 31 years, that works for you. But you got to acknowledge things have changed. And sharing responsibility with women today, you're listening to many men say it doesn't work that way. You still want to push back with your 31 years of experience? That's a little bit kind of arrogant, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay. Give me an example of something you would never compromise on.
Something I would never compromise on. Now we're going to go down the path of yeah, but it comes down to if it works for you, great. But you came from a different time frame. 57 years old is not the typical demographic for a YouTube viewer, much less the guy we're talking to. They generally fit between the ages of 17 and 44.
Got it.
So we're really talking. Okay, did you watch The Godfather? The movie The Godfather?
Yes, I have. Yes,
Okay,
I have.
Okay, you use the term consigliere. Was that you?
Yeah, that was him. That was him.
Okay, you use the term consigliere. I'm a Godfather fanatic. Did Michael live in this? Could Michael use the same kind of rules as his father could use, or was the neighborhood, or did it change? When Michael became the Don, what he used to say, it was easier back in Pop's time. Sonny said it. It was easier back in Pop's time. Okay. So they tried to use, and what happened to his father? He couldn't adjust to the new changes, and he got murked.
Right.
Okay.
Who did? You mean Sonny got murked?
No. Don Corleone got shot. He should have died.
Yeah.
We couldn't adjust to the change. But so based on The Godfather, your term you used, if we used your same examples, what would happen to Don? What would happen to Michael today?
He would probably get.
He'd end up in a bad position because the rules change.
I'm like, I'm not going front. I don't know.
Well, you know it. It's just the point is, it's an ideal way of looking at things, and then there's the reality. The reality is things have changed. The nuclear family is broken down. These women typically don't respect men. When you were Don Corleone back in the turn of the century, there was a different ethic. The community believed something different. The neighborhood believed something different. The next generation didn't have those same values, and you have to adjust to the way things are. That's it. But I appreciate the Godfather analogy.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this is what I want to
I'm
do.
a little older, and I just got, like I said, I just watched y'all just to. Hopefully, I'm just trying to give up a little bit of an older dude's what's the word? Perspective. But I don't know if it would fly here, to be honest. But that's
respect.
all I'm
Can I ask
trying.
him a question?
Respect, though. At least you
Yeah, go ahead and ask him a question, please.
You have adult children.
Yes, I do.
Sons and daughters, both?
I have a daughter, 30, and a son, 28, and another son, 17.
Do you see the females they bring around you?
I do. Believe me.
I guess we ain't got to finish this question.
No, we don't. I think he gets it.
Go.
I do. I do.
That's all I'm saying.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Okay, let me do this here because it's almost 3:29 in the morning here, brothers. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. One of the reasons that I'm gonna do that is because I'm just tired as hell as it is. I want to thank Steve, man. Steve, we can't hear you. Steve, we can't. Steve's podcast is
He's thinking about chicken or steak. He's thinking about chicken.
So I really want to thank everybody, for supporting this particular show tonight. It was a great show. Tomorrow we're gonna have the effeminization of black men.
Oh shit!
It's gonna be a controversial show. I come up with these topics that that don't nobody want to talk about, but everybody wants to listen to. I would have to say that when it comes to these barn fire type of topics, there's nobody wants to touch them, but everybody wants to hear it. Right. So we're going to touch on some things that people want to hear. So we'll do that on the Brother Peel tomorrow. This is almost like our 23rd or 24th episode. It's getting really better. As you guys know, the Negro Manosphere is doing very good. Thank you, Rufus. The whole Manosphere is really getting a lot of respect, with the people that we're bringing in, whether people like Kevin, people like Steve the Dean, people who have a lot more professional backgrounds and than maybe what we did. So it's more balanced, and it's just adding to this. It used to be about talking about just black chicks and black female fuckery all the time, and we went past that. We are now elevating. The content is elevating. The panel was absolutely great. Now, this actually was the original. What you're seeing right now was the original lineup for the Brother Pill podcast. So it's supposed to be me, LAR, Kevin, and Steve. But I think LAR has a different work schedule, and then Kevin.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now, O'Shea?
LAR had a different work schedule. But this podcast that we have is the Brother Pill is a brilliant podcast, like J.J. Redwood said. And so this is the original 4 that it was going to be. Angry Man came in and he started dedicating himself to it more reliably. So we've been using the kind of the big 3 on it, and then kind of alternating other people. But this 4 work very well together, definitely, in those people. So thank you guys. Let everybody know where they can find you at. We'll start with Kevin Samuels, and then we'll go to LAR and Steve.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on the panel again, as usual. And guys, you can find me at bykevinsamuels.com. That's my website, or right next to my name, by Kevin Samuels. Make sure you go subscribe to everybody's YouTube channel, guys. I've said it before and I said it again, just like liking the streams, it helps the entire manosphere gain credibility inside and outside of the algorithm, inside and outside of YouTube. People are watching this, and you'll be surprised inside 12 months what happens. People are watching this, folks that you probably would be surprised. They watch this kind of stuff. They want to see that you also like other people. Do that for everybody. That'll be your part. Thanks a lot, guys.
Cool. And let's go to LAR Movement here.
Y'all can find me at LAR Movement on YouTube and on my new website, cowboys.com.
What cowboys.com?
Fuck the cowboys.com.
Y'all ass.
I'm done.
All right. And
wow.
Who else do we have here? We have
you got my monkey ass.
So then we got Steve today. And once again, man, Steve, I'm gonna tell you something about Steve, man. We talk all the time every day, man. Steve been like kind of my little, motherfucker. Steve is crazy and shit. And but Steve, man, is a really good friend of mine. I talk to him almost every day, multiple times a day, because I never know what I'm gonna get when I talk to Steve. And Steve is fucking crazy. I won't tell you how I know, but Steve need help, man. And he just he's been such a good friend to me. Just giving me advice, things I should do that helps, me in this, and actually him and Kevin, because I'm about to really get this home studio thing started. Now that we got the site off, now I can basically do that. I'm a true donor. Hold on a second. I have been placed in timeout by the owner of this video or moderator. Mods ban me. I'm a true donor. Turbattle. Never remember you donating in here. Maybe you're Patreon. Your Patreon. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know if you said something that was stupid or anything. But shout out to you though. So, anyways, I want to thank Steve, man. He's the one that's doing this. He's awesome on the show himself, but he wants to give people a chance to talk. So, thank you, Steve, for that. Steve, let everybody know where they can find you at.
I want to say one thing to the caller real quick that I didn't get a chance to say when these guys were and again, he has to understand this key thing. He is for being with his woman for 31 years. I can agree that he should have compromises with his wife of 31 years. But what he doesn't understand, like Kevin was trying to explain, is that women do not uphold the standards of a woman back then. They have different standards. So you cannot treat a woman today like you can treat a woman 31 years ago when you had your beautiful wife who cherished you, who respected you, who knew her place at the table. That's a totally different thing. We're dealing with a lot of ratchet ass motherfuckers that think they own shit. They think they can tell motherfuckers where they can and can't do. And they get pissed off. They'll pull their weave off and throw it at a motherfucker, talk about his family and all that other shit. You can't compromise with people like that. So that's the difference I wanted to say. So, but anyway, but again, I just want to say thank you as well, O'Shea, and LA movement, motherfucker. I can't wait to see your motherfucking ass on Monday when my Cowboy stomped the monkey shit out of your motherfucking Giant. Fuck your Giants. I'm sorry. Anyway,
man, we gonna do some sports shows on here too, man. I think that's what we need to get into since football season starting. I know LAR Movement had a successful boxing podcast. So I'll tell you what, football season is coming. We're all football. I don't know about Kevin. Are you a football fan, Kevin?
The Bears since 1975.
Man, fuck the Bears too.
Oh, did he say the Bears?
Hey,
fuck the Bears.
Hey, man, kiss my ass. The
Fuck
Bears,
Jason Witten.
Yeah. Cowboys for life, bitches.
All right, so Steve and his clown ass 49. I mean, it's not my 49ers.
No, you can't even see colors, man. Look at the 49ers, boy.
I love the 49ers. I don't give a fuck you niggas. So what we gonna do? We'll try this. We'll try some sports topics and shit on the Brother PO since we got football fans and shit. We'll talk about how the Cowboys will go 16-0 and lose in the Super Bowl.
Right?
21 points up with 15 seconds to go. And they would just lose.
Talk about how all the Cowboys dress like Odell Beckham.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm sorry. They don't sit in hot tubs with other men and slowly come out of the bubbles and stuff and smile. I'm sorry, they don't do things like that.
They block the running backs with halter tops.
We're gonna talk about this Isaiah Thomas situation tomorrow. Somebody said he was naked. Naked? You said
bucket naked.
Bare bum. Yeah, we gotta talk about this shit. I didn't know this
It's
happened.
ESPN body issue.
Butt naked.
Hey man,
All these niggas getting naked. So we gotta talk about the effeminization of black men.
Yeah, it's outrageous, and this new hip hop is damn sure not helping because and here's the thing, man. Men, there have always been, gorilla pimps and pretty Tonys. You always had the chocolate sweating dude and the high yellow crooning dude. But we got a new generation of dudes that just been taking this shit too fucking far, and they're getting it twisted. Thinking about, you used to be pretty and smooth and walk up on a girl, had some game, but you were still a damn man. You had a switchblade and you had some fucking anyway.
They wearing pearl necklaces and painting their fingernails black and man.
See, motherfuckers want to dress like Prince and Rick James, but they was fucking with women.
Yes,
Prince you can say what the fuck you want to about Prince, but in '83, I was in the theater when the lights went down in Purple Rain and bitches was falling out.
That's what I'm saying. But Prince fuck with women. I don't know about these dudes.
Yeah.
Rick James, is celebration, bitch.
Odell Beckham got some pretty cool dance moves. I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker he be gigging and shit in the end zone.
Odell Beckham danced like Magic Johnson's son. Goddammit.
Yeah.
He got some manly moves sometimes for the touchdown.
In the hot tub. Hey, O'Shea, just pull up Odell Beckham in the hot tub, and
I'm not gonna pull that up. I'm not gonna pull that up. I can't. I'm not gonna be able.
He came up like It the Clown and shit. You remember how the clown came out the water?
Do that. I will not do that. No, I'm not.
He slowly came out the water.
Elliott kind of looked like that though.
Oh, but he don't got boo boo. He don't got that. What is that? That little shitty light faded up hair in the top. Like, man, come on, man.
Ezekiel Elliott looked like a bearded salad tossing motherfucker in prison.
No. Zeke looked like an Ewok. He looked like an Ewok from The Empire Strikes Back. He looked more like an Ewok, but them Ewoks loses Ewok pussy though.
The nigga said Ewok. Oh my god. All right, listen. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. All right. So this is damn near, 4 o'clock, and you know me. If you Steve and Kevin know me, every time the Brother Peel podcast ends, since I've been de-stressing from this exam, I walk around the city for an hour. That's what I always do. So every Brother Peel podcast, when it's late, I don't go to bed. I walk around the city of Lublin for an hour. That's probably crazy, my black ass, but I do that that just gonna show you how safe Poland is. And one of the most racist parts of the world, you can actually walk outside for an hour and nobody will fuck with you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They got trees out there?
You know what, bitch? You fucking nigga. That's why you gonna be the first motherfucker to call when this shit is over. So this is what I do. Is my customary procedure. I walk around and de-stress and think about. So I really want to not only all the people I had a really rough 7 to 8 weeks because I had a shelf exam for pharmacology to prepare for, leading into the USMLE MBME board. So how it works is, you guys know I went to international medical school. So after you finish and complete your first 2 years, because the curriculums are a little bit different in Europe than United States medical school, we typically take a little bit more time to prepare for the step 1 exam or the MBME exam, stuff like that. So I had to improve some competency up in one of my subjects to get up to par. So I will be, for the remainder of this year and up until February, preparing for that particular board exam for the first step of medical licensing in the United States. So I got a lot of people emailed me, supported me on that, congratulated me on this. It was very difficult. I was studying almost 8 to 10 hours a day, then doing the Brother Pill podcast. It's not even more than that, twice a day, and coming and doing this Brother Pill at night, and then getting up doing, going back again, no days off. So, I'm still trying to, I was stressing about the actual score. Got the score today. The score was a pass. So I just want to thank everybody for supporting me. I just want to let you know, as Black men, you can make it. You can do it. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but I will tell you that if you put in the work, you can be successful. So just keep on keeping on, stay in the race, stay motivated, stay hustling, and do all the things you're supposed to do. And this podcast is typically positive. We will call you a bunch of niggas and shit like that for not liking videos, but we do want you to make it. We are very encouraged. We're encouraging. We are concerned as brothers. So keep up the good work, you guys. Keep supporting us as we keep supporting you. Peace out, niggas.
Later.
Later.